Are you ready, darling?
Yes.
Completely.
Yep.
Okay, I put it on live, so but it's still connecting. Oh, there it is.
Just count down until it
Yeah,
turns 1900 hours.
exactly. So people have a bit of a chance to join in. Because if we start at 7 o'clock sharp, then a lot of people are missing the beginning because they see the notification a bit later. So
Okay.
Cool. Cool enough.
okay, now
So
I
this
have
is your
some.
screen, Lars. This is you all ready to go?
Yep. Just let it be, huh?
Now I have some.
Ani couché, parce que maman travaille. Elle est couchée, not couchée.
Mama's working. Shut up.
Can you also share it on your Facebook, Lars? Aska?
Yeah, you can do.
Okay.
Aska.
Aska. Okay, let me see. It has been posted, so well, it's 7 o'clock, so if you want to start.
All up to Victoria.
Yep.
Are you ready, darling?
Yep.
So, count down, Jacob, and then we go live.
No, we're already live.
Okay.
Yeah, I just put it live so people had an opportunity to join before we go. So, Victoria, if you want to open it.
Okay. Good evening, darlings. So we're back, Jacob, Lars, and myself. Sadly, Pascal is not able to join us again this week. I'm not sure what's going on, but so sorry, but we do have a lot to talk about. So, but that is a shame because I'm sure Pascal would have been able to really add to the chat with the sound that, you know, this is all about the sound, the voice, the tone. So Lars and I and Jacob, we're here, and thanks for joining us, darlings. And off we go. Over to you, Lars.
And welcome, everybody. Nice to see you here. Let's go through. There's some celestial passages, and Victoria can join in when I go through some dates, okay? So last time we talked about the moon coming in from this Merlion, bring it in, and it will be this new moon when we conjunct here at the 12th with the sun in Pisces as well.
Lars, I have to interrupt. Are you sharing a screen or?
Sure, don't you see it?
No, we don't see it.
You don't see it?
No,
I see it.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I did see it. Now it's gone. So I started. Okay,
yeah,
now
I'm seeing it. Yes. Perfect.
Okay.
Sorry,
Is it
Lars.
live? Is it live?
Yes.
Okay. So once again, we got the moon coming in with this Merlion we talked about last time, with the new moon in Leo, and will conjunct and settle as this new moon coming in, just under the sun, Venus, and we got Neptune as well in this conjunction. So we got a newborn energy with this Merlion who was settled in Capricorn. And we got the struggle, Venus blinded by the light, and it will get more increased as we go through the dates. But we got this, our dreams and imaginations, and we got the heart, and we got the sun coming up. So a bit of a struggle coming over the ego into the heart. The sun is into Pisces in good energy. It will lift you people up in Pisces and on the mutable cross, keep your life energy. Isn't that right, Victoria?
Yep. So Venus is going to be at home to exaltation, but Mars is still in Taurus in fall.
Sure. So Venus into here in exaltation, but starting to really get blinded by the light. So we got this heartache going on. And then we got the moon. It's just moving on. The next state I have put up to is this, let me see here. I got 2322, as we've been talking about a lot of times. Well, we got Mars and Aldebaran, and we got the Sun and Venus in Pisces, and we got Mercury in Aquarius in good shape as well, and it's not in retrograde, so it's moving on. And
right, on top of Fomalhaut.
On top of Fomalhaut. So the speak of this Luciferian light, we've been talking about this in full blossom, and most of us can see it outside in the world, how the agendas are pushed to get people on this dope, or whatever we can call it. And Jupiter and Saturn are still making this governance exchange, which are coming. The next state I have found, so we won't stretch it too far this time as well. We got another coming up. We got this full moon in VirgO. So the first full moon, and then we will get another one right here. So double up on bringing in this Mary Magdalene energy, which will be turned into this Whore of Babylon, as we have been seeing from the pictures from Trafalgar Square. You have been showing us, Vic, with Mars on top of the pie, on the ice cream.
On the ice cream, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So twice we will get full moon in VirgO. We got it.
Which is what we had exactly 6 months ago. We
6
had
months
a double
ago.
as well. I was talking about it a lot at the time.
Yeah.
We had 2 black moons, 2 full moons in exactly 6 months ago.
Sure. And Mars in fall, so the masculine drive is absent for the moment. It's not in full blossom. And we got our hearts blinded by the light to bring in this Luciferian energy, so that will really push the fear porn on us. No doubt about it.
Mars right on the bullseye.
Yeah.
So this is the covering of the mouth. That's what we see in Silence of the Lambs. This is Mars on top of
and that's what you will cover later.
The passage out, yeah, Venus.
Yeah, exactly. And then the next I have come up to is 419, and that's Mars is still doing his job, and Mercury's doing his job, speaking, coming into Pisces, debilitated. So the tongue, really, the mask will be taken off when we got Mercury into Pisces. He will be in detriment or debilitated, whatever we call it. He'll be tired. So really masked up when we got Mercury into Pisces. So 4-2 is a date of opening up for a new energy. And then we got 419 with this, whatever written here, Sun, Mercury, Venus conjunction. Yeah, so here in Aries, Uranus, Venus, Sun, and Mercury blinded by the light as well here. So our consciousness, our heart, in fall, in
detriment, yeah, in Aries.
Exactly. So really, really tough battle going on with the heart, blinded by the light, even though it's exalted here. And then it's going to be hit again right here in Aries. So really stay focused and calm out there, folks. And then
detriment too, yeah. So both Mercury and Venus.
And then we are found this. I mean, full moon in VirgO again. So double up on this. Whore of Babylon coming in, as you said, 6 months ago. So the energies for bringing this agenda that we are watching all over the world is present, no doubt about it. And in Aries, high cardinal fire. We'll bring it in.
Baphomet.
So, yeah, Baphomet, exactly. To come in here.
And this is Harry. This is Harry. This is Ra, Romulus Remus. This is the Russian roulette, Romulus Remus, Harry. This is Harry, Mars.
Yeah. The red Harry is already in North America with Meccan. So yeah. He's already over there. So this is what I have on this celestial part. So just hang on out there. It's gonna be really, really tough going on until Mars reaches into Cancer. We might get a break, but that's a long time from now. And then we got this 7-2 coming up, the 100 days we've been talking about. So let's see what's happening. Do we have anything more to bring in from this, Victoria?
No, just it's all perfectly timed. So the Odyssey 2001 being set off is Meghan and Harry moving to America. So to keep that Romulus Remus, Asia, America, the yellow reds, the masculine axis, and it's taking that, it's happening for this 322, for the bullseye, for the storm. The storm is set off this 322 in 7 days.
Exactly.
So all the black and white, they have to kill the black and white axis, the red and yellow masculine. So this is the set off the racist black and white bullshits.
Yeah.
And which is their way of killing the feminine VirgO Pisces, and to bring up the beast, Leviathan, the whale.
The Cetus, right here. So
G7 heads.
Yeah, this is just the 7 hats, the 7-stick candle, whatever we call it.
Yeah.
So that's what I got on this celestial path here. Do we have anything to say, Jacob?
No, not really. I'm just looking at the chat, trying to see if people have any questions. But I do have someone is asking, what is it with the number 72?
72 is a number in the pyramid, and the 72 is a calculation, as we see it here, which Pascal he made. Either it's 144 degrees and it will be in Leo, or it's these 100 days from when we say 322, the Skull and Bones Day. We got 100 days from here to here. And that's the 7-2. And it's the last leg, 7 and 2. I think we can refer it to VirgO, the 2-7.
So the 2nd of July is what we mean by the 7-2, which also happens to be the sun moves, it takes the sun 72 years to move 1 degree.
As well.
So it's that number again, 7-2. And 3 degrees is 216. 3 times 72 is 216, which is the 666, which is the Vesica Pisces passage. And this is the last, so the last 100 is from this date, 322, Mars on Aldebaran, as we see in Odyssey 2001.
Hell.
Comes
Yep.
Hal. This is inhale, exhale, exit, howl. And so that's what the 7-2 means. It just means it's the date, the 2nd of July, which will be the 100 days from this spring equinox, Mars on howl.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. So, shall I go on with my PowerPoint presentation?
Yes, please. Yes, do.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. Okay. So I'll take some of my posts from my website. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. It's all about the migrations of mankind on this magic wheel, age after age, and how it comes and goes depending on which element we are in. If we in earth, fire, water, or air. And we are right now, as the arrow points at this peak, and soon we will enter in 720 years. And we have been, last time we talked about how the heavens were squared into these long-term plannings of 1 degree of 72 years and 10 degrees is long time planning, 720 years, and so on. When you know how the wheel works and you can sit inside and plan ahead, the perception from us is that the time is linear and we don't see this circular time span we actually live in. We don't see it. We only see the average living of a human being is 72 years, 75 years. So we will only experience 1 degree of this 360 degree wheel. And that brings me to this of the migrations I worked on. You can read the text later. I won't sit there and read it up. But as it moves, we are moving along from the governance of the Earth will move. And right now we are looking at Pisces, which is Jupiter. And if to say we are going into Scorpio next time. I've written can for cans over here. The Great Flood happened all over the world. It can be this migration or it can be a flood of the mighty waters. I actually don't know. I don't think no one of us know. But we are definitely leaving the age of Pisces and the long-term planning for 720 years before the sun moves into Aquarius, what we are experiencing right now. The takedown of this governance, this empire of grace and mercy will be taken down. So literally, the white people are going back to Scorpio, for that's where we next time are going to flourish. And not, it's over to say, but I don't think it is, but we have to stay strong. And some of us knows how this works, and we are leaving the sun and the moon pillar for now. And we will, some of us will come and some won't. I don't think we will, but some will come into this new age, which will be under Saturn, North and South America. That brings me to this next slide. If you go to this deagle.com, as far as I know, it's getting data from valid sources, if we can say CIA is valid or whoever it is. And they put this up funny thing, or not funny thing, I saw in it was that North Korea doesn't exist in 2025. It's over. You can't find anything in North Korea. But if we look into, and I made it was a big job for me to stack the country's data from 19 to 25, and I came up regarding to see what's in Sagittarius, which countries are here, and here, and brought me this up. And to look into the figures and these numbers tells me that 66% of the population in Capricorn will be gone at 2025. In Taurus, Africa, only 13. And looking into VirgO, that will be about 40% who won't be at 2025. So the Earth energy will be reduced with 24.8% at 2025. Looking into this water energy, Pisces, where we live in, here in Europe, and Cancer is difficult to place. ScorpiO, 8%. That's not much. But looking into Pisces...
ScorpiO is Russia?
Russia. I think so, over here, somewhere.
Russia's not Asia.
As I've written down here, this is a qualified guess. I take no responsibility for it. I'm just only looking at the figures, and then I make this map, okay? And I have no clue with Scorpios. You have no clue. I'm just guessing, okay? But it could be a possibility. So when I look into Pisces, I can see in Europe 38.8% as well will have to leave. And just for me living here in Denmark, Scandinavia, I can see about 30% will be gone in 2025. And looking into Israel, what we are listening, and we've seen a lot coming in from Israel, 54% will be taken out, or whatever we can call it. And 60% of the Commonwealth countries from earth and water signs will be gone if this deagle.com page is right. So there's a lot of countries in 179. So how I used a lot of hours for stacking them and putting them together and trying to figure this out. So this is what they are telling us. I ain't saying this is for real, but they have been accurate with some other stuff. Just saying. So I had to share this. And that brings me into this map. And as I can see it, they will eliminate. They have been pushing. If we look into the Americas, the indigenous people are almost absent. They're almost gone. It's brown people everywhere. Ain't that right? So whether it's going to be brown people and the black people are gone here, I don't think so. There will be some pockets for slavery. I don't know. But there will be this new race coming up, embraced by this green monster, as I see it. So we will have to learn to walk beside this and say, no, thank you. At some times, I guess. So I don't hope I frighten you, but this is what deagle.com are telling us from their website. And everyone can go and look at the figures they put out in 19 and then 25. And everything can be found on my website. So that brings me to this one, that everything has its time under the sun. So one can ask oneself, where did the Mayas go? We have actually no clue of it. So did they depopulate themselves because they knew that their time under the sun was over? if we look into, I saw one little slice of a movie clip from this umbrella corporation or the octopus, I don't know, saying, let's make man in our image as we want it, in the green and this brown color, to become this mixed race. So following the sine wave of nature, the races flourish and become at higher level, and then they decline and move to the next age. I hope you get what I'm talking about here.
Right. So after Pisces, we've had this rise of population.
Sure. And now we will have to decline. And can't we find out it for ourselves? Someone will do it for us. Hard to say, but maybe that's the way things works. All this one-child agenda, which have been going on in China and in India as well. We keep going on having children and children and children. And we have been depopulated in Europe for many years. There were and in the US and Canada for all that toxic stuff and hormones in our food. So we are declining, and we will have to move over here again. And I think Levitt has talked about it as well. So I looked into the figures of it because I thought it would be interesting for you to know about this, and you can look into it yourself. And then I just made these pictures. And it will become like this, if you get what I'm talking about here. Seen in the light of what these umbrella corporations maybe think they will do with us, instead of following the true natural alchemy of this wonderful magic wheel.
So they would stop. They would keep it. They would. It would be closed in. Closed in.
No yellow people, no red people, no black people, no white people, but this mixed brown people run by this green monster agenda, and no white laws we've talked about. So that's it. So we will have to learn to be like water, as Bruce Lee says. Be like water, my friend. Be like water. So it means to adapt into what's coming instead of fearing it. How will it be run? If you get my point.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. How can we do that? So we will have to figure out how to be like water and adapt into the bottle, into the cup, into the barrel, whatever. So it seems like we are like the rest, but we are not. Do you get my point?
Yeah.
Yeah. So everything can be found on my website, and it's up running. So you can go there and look at these pictures. They are all there. I can't remember if this one is, but I think so. That was it I got about this. Are there any questions about this, Jacob?
Let me see. I got two questions. Is from Beep Beep. If the voice is debilitated, how could we not use writing to communicate instead? So I think that he's referring to, or she is referring to, Mercury being in Pisces in April.
Sure, but communication is not just speaking. It's this social distances and whatever we communicate on many levels, and this fear will close it down. Don't you think so, Vic?
Yeah. Well, people are just still following. There's following orders. They don't get that we've entered the ballroom, and it's, this is the dance has been set off, and you will be pushed till you drop. And if you don't become the conductor of yourself, you're not going to make it. If people just keep playing this game, they're not going to come through. It's exactly why this film is so interesting. They shoot horses. They show us that you enter the ballroom and there's how many people come out? Not many.
No.
And so this is what we're in now. We're in the tail of the whale, the bow, the bull, the ball. The whale is a baleine.
Yeah.
The bow of the N. It's
So-
the bull of the north of the N. So
Sure.
yeah, not many people would, this is how they're getting rid of people. This is literally, it'll just be some of the children coming through.
Yeah, it's all about the children. Save the children, let the children come to me, sit in the church and whatever. So
People think that things are going to go back to normal. Nothing's going to go back to normal.
never,
Nothing
nothing.
will go back to normal.
No, this will not.
No, they're constantly talking about the new normal. So yeah, it will never go back.
No, it will not.
But I think it's hard for especially for adults to change in this new world, because they all want to go back to normal because that's what they always known.
Yeah, exactly.
But
Well, that's why if you're still in a city, the only way is to create your own life. Because if we can't travel, we can't. It's about finding people around you, and that will start to happen slowly. And we can flip this over. We can flip it all over. But how far do we have to go until people get we're on our own now?
Sure, we are on our own. Exactly, we are on our own. If we don't get this Osiris, the tribes of Israel collected in our body, mind over matter, and we really can start look through this and start to adapt into it and go beside it and acknowledge it's there. We are lost, we're doomed, as you say. The elderly people, they just want to go back to normal, which will never come. And we will have to get the young ones out of it to explain it as good as we can.
yeah,
But it will decline. It's set for declining, and we know that. So we will have to go just beside it.
yes, but it's really hard to reach the children because they have been so programmed with the phones and all that stuff. If I just look at my sister's daughter, I don't know.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's really tough, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So we will have to find our tribe and start building and see what we can do. I think.
Exactly.
So I didn't want to frighten anyone with this, but this is how they see it. These Deagle guys,
Right.
which as I has been told from researchers that these figures are valid
Yeah.
in such a way that they're definitely worth looking into.
That's also why I think it's so important to reconnect back to nature, because that won't never change. Nature
No.
will always be what it is, and it will always speak to the heart. So
Yeah, looking into the terms of the Pope closed the gate in 2013. We are now in this UCC land of barcode and QR codes. So how can we manifest nature into this barcode so it can be preserved as nature? And nature includes us as human beings. So how can we adapt into the system and still be our own and not this tact with the beast vax? You know what I mean?
Well, if there's no more female energy and, it's just the red and yellow masculine axis,
Mhm.
and we know there's only 15% maximum of copper bloods, negative feminine energy, then I see it as, you know, this is that separate, this is, you know, the end of, this is when things go towards destruction.
Yeah.
There's things go towards destruction now. There's not and I don't know if, you know, we're going to create, there will be a new world coming. I think that this is this is for those who think in lineal terms. They will get a lineal reality.
Sure, they will.
Because they can't, there's no, you have to leave the material, you have to leave the material realm, and that means that you have to know that you are a spiritual being. If you don't know that you're a spiritual being, if you're still stuck in belief programs, you're not going to get through either.
No.
So religions or
Sure.
yeah, I think that this is how it's going to start to go down in a lineal. But your picture's very interesting. So there will be gaps, and then that spiritual energy will start to come back. You know,
Sure. If you see, yeah, if we look into the Earth energy, right, the element, it's the white people who will decline. I don't think the indigenous and the brown people will, but the white people and the white people. So we're over for this time, so to say, because we are declining as the white race, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, so it just goes up and down. But this is for all the people in the material world. When you get back into the kingdom, then there is a harmonious fifth element, and will be 4 different groups.
We lost the spirituality in that sense, that if we can say there's a bee queen for each element. This is, as you said, Victoria, the material people who will leave, because when we produce too many people, the core spiritual white energy has been spread out far too much, so no one got any spirituality, and some have to go, so those who are left can be stronger. You get my point?
So is that, what was all the creation of the Commonwealth countries then, with it spreading white people around? What was that for?
I don't know, maybe exploiting, I reckon. Nothing else.
So, but Lars, to get back on what you just said about the spirituality getting thin spread over the people.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're actually saying is if
you got a core of just a number 1,000 and you spread it out on 1,000,
yes,
who each got one, and this one will make 2 children, then they got a half, and then and at last there are no spirituality attachment back. It's left. It's gone.
Right. Okay.
So right now the white spirituality is drawn in.
Ah, okay.
You get my point?
Yeah, I get it now.
So the more people you produce, as we see in China and in India, the less the attachment to the spiritual world will be.
Yes. Ah, that makes sense.
Hmm?
That really makes sense, yeah.
So that's why I'm saying we will have to find a way to adopt and go beside it, being like water, my friend.
Right. But
in some kind of trust to nature.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I already experienced like 2 worlds next to each other. It's like I'm there, but I'm also not there in the master, so to speak. It's I don't really know how to explain, but
it's like walking in a fishbowl.
Yeah.
Something like that. For me, it is when I'm out in public in the supermarket. I feel I'm all alone.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
It's weird, but
It's like you're in your own kind of bubble, and they are all in a bigger bubble together, and you're outside or something. I don't know. It's really weird.
sure.
The
So
only place where I really feel at home is when I go back into the forest with nature.
exactly,
It's
we
so
all do.
yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I have to talk about and tell about this. And are there some more questions about it?
Yeah, Fiona Kearns is asking, when is the deadline for all of this? When in 2025?
Haven't looked into it. It's just it's a forecast, but yeah, you know, got no clue. But I can try to look into it when Victoria takes over. I can take Stellarium and see if I can bring up a date.
Oh, okay, that will be awesome.
Yeah. Cool. So you're back, darling.
Yeah, I'm here.
Cool. So
That was it for the questions I see. So
yeah, and I got no more from it. So the stage, the floor is yours.
yeah,
Victoria.
thanks for sharing. Lars.
Cool.
Thank you, Lars.
You're welcome. And then you just take the share.
Okay. Okay, well, so am I off?
I see it.
Yes, I can see your screen sharing. You're good.
Okay, well, we've got a lot to look at. So I'm coming to the voice, and what I've tried to do is this time is to put together all the posts I've made over the past 2 weeks so that I have a direction and where to begin. So I'm going to bring up a picture as well. These little, those are upside down, great, okay. Those are upside down, right, I'm gonna shut, I'll come, yeah, okay. So this is the same thing, it's always so much to say and where to begin. So let's begin with basically, yeah, I think I should begin with the picture, I think I should begin with well, let's just begin with this little picture here. So it's about the torso. It's about the torso, and we've got 2 ways in and out of the torso. We come in through childbirth, and then we're in the material body. We've fallen into the material body, and the only way out is through our voice. It's through, and on both times, you've got to get through a 90-degree angle. You've got to get through the voice, which is this angle, and you've got to when giving birth as well. So yeah, I know what we'll do. We'll look inside the head of an opera singer. So let's begin with this. Right, so yeah, I don't put the sound because, so you can you see that is a complete right angle here, and that is the famous crane, and that is also the famous hangman. So when we were children, we played that game Hangman, and Hangman was, if I remember, you had a little stick man, and I can't really remember how we played it, but that came back when you see that, and you see also, this is Jacob's ladder. This is the ladder to get out of the cave, to get out of the torso. And this right angle, this is the crane. That's why they always show us cranes. If you notice, for the freezing of the 39 people in the lorry any news stories, they're going to show you the cranes. They show you the cranes next to them because the crane is the skull. It's the skull. This is the skull. So you've got this, this is the skull, this is the snake, this is the spine, this is the torso. Okay, let's go back over this. So can you see as well the gun? Are you following, darlings? Are you there?
Yep.
You're
Yes,
there, okay.
yes, we're here.
I'm here. I'm just muted because I'm looking into Stellarium.
Okay, so this is, you see the gun?
Yeah, I see it.
The gun. Yeah, it's okay. You can go off and do your thing, darling. I was just wondering if you were there. I'm beginning to warm up.
Victoria, do you have the picture with the two guns you had before we started?
We're going to go through a lot, darling. It's just warming up. We're going to get to the guns. So this is just to show you the mouth and to show you. So this is why they took our tonsils out. Remember how they took everyone's tonsils out when we were children, because that is very important to regulate. Well, here's the tonsil down here, somewhere down here. So there's the gun, and this is all very important. And now let's look at a childbirth. This is a video from Neil, which we're going to Armageddon Consciousness. We'll be looking at a couple of his videos. Labor and delivery. Okay, so let's just watch this coming through this angle. So I'm looking at, you see, this is it's the FF, it's the LL, it's the 90-degree angle. So to come out of the mouth is in a state of spirit. You found your voice, you have something to say, because we all fall, we all come in. Okay, wait, I don't know if we need the placenta coming through. Oh. We all come in, we fall into our human form, but in order to leave, we have to find our voice, and our voice has to be on the correct tone. So the tone has been taken over. There's the overlay, there's a fake sound, plasma, and you have to find the correct plasma. You have to align yourself to find the correct voice, because it's very easy to follow the tone of the mainstream, the main flow, but you have to find your own river. And when you break the dam, you may look mad. Dam is mad, but you have to risk going crazy to find your own music, your own tone, your own voice that you came through. So are they going to show us that angle? This is the M. There's the M of the legs. They show us that. So, okay, get the angle. It's okay. It's not the best picture, this one, because you don't see, but you've got the M. I did see one just before and then I changed. So yeah, you can see the angle now. That one you don't see it so well, but there is another right angle to come out. That the baby's head does a very strong right angle, and this is terrible. We don't want to see them cutting, because that shouldn't be, it shouldn't be cut at all. So, right, yeah, this is me writing. So, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. So this is why we've got the whole Brexit thing going on at the moment. And this is HAL. This is why we've got the Odyssey 2001. It's coming up now, the 322. So inhale, al, reality. So the death of the girl. The thorax is inside the rib cage, and when you thaw your axe, you can break through the oyster of your voice, muscle. You have been framed, and Dorian Gray is your diaphragm. Shellfish is a colloquial and fisheries term for exoskeleton bearing aquatic invertebrates used as food, including various species of mollusks, crustaceans, and echinoderms. Goodness gracious. Although some kinds of shellfish are harvested from saltwater environments, some are found in fresh water. The picture of Dorian Gray begins on a beautiful summer day in Victorian England. So it's always coming back to Victorian England because the Victorian age was the last time that Neptune was in Pisces, which is what's happening in 2023. And people will start going mad. And this is really going to be the death of the girl, of the white people, because the white people have been set up, framed to have their houses, to live middle-class lives. And when, you know, there's no ending to this journey, this whirlpool that we're going through. So if you haven't gone a little bit crazy, if you haven't broken your own dam and become mad, it's what the falling of Notre Dame was about on the island. It was on the island on the Seine. So yeah, let me just, I don't think I'm going to read all that, but this is, from fresh water. So this is the name in the Isle of Wight of where my great-great-grandmother was. It's called Freshwater Bay. Freshwater Bay. So yeah, you've got the two different kinds of shellfish. Interesting, right? So Victorian England, where it's this, so this is all about the Victorian society, and it's going to bring us to Holland Park. It was picked up in one of Neil's videos. Neil has done a lot of videos since the past 2 weeks, Armageddon Consciousness, and he did one with Holland Park, which I'm going to be taking you. It's about Dorian Gray. So I think that I need to come to Facebook because otherwise I get too confused. I get too lost with where I am. So yeah, we can read this one in here. So under Lord Henry's hedonistic influence, Dorian fully explores his sensuality. He discovers the actress Sybil Vane. Okay, well, you know the story. You can go and look up the story of Dorian Gray. It's basically the story of a painting of himself, and he covers it up, and he starts doing whatever he likes. A little bit like in the film Groundhog Dog that I saw for the first time, when he only has one day to live, and he realizes he can do whatever he wants because he keeps coming back, and the day keeps beginning again and again. It's a little bit like Dorian Gray doing whatever he wants. But in Groundhog Dog, the only way he can get back out is by finding the knowledge, by going and educating himself, by improving himself, by making an effort, by finding the empathy and the consciousness, finding his own voice. And that's the only way that he can get out of this being stuck in time, in that thorax, in that merry-go-round, exactly like in the film I'm going to be showing you. They don't shoot, they shoot horses. I've been calling it They Don't Shoot Horses, Do They, all my life, and I discovered yesterday it's called They Shoot Horses, Don't They? It's not They Don't Shoot Horses, they shoot horses. So Dorian Gray is a little bit the same thing, but in the end, the painting exposes that his soul is completely corrupt, because he's been going around doing whatever he wanted. So there she is, Venus, the ruler of Taurus, torso, Taur, the maypole, spine, chakra system. The electromagnetic heart spin is ruled by Venus and Taurus, and the eye Libra is also ruled by Venus. So Venus is that passage of the voice. Libra is masculine. LUCYfer, and Venus is exalted in Pisces, the voice. So this again, it's all about the Little Mermaid. It's all about Pisces. Pisces, I've got this, my picture. Right, yeah, I've got my picture upside down and I don't know how to turn that around. That's brilliant that I've got it upside down. Well, Pisces.
Use the arrow up in the top. You can turn it around.
Yeah, do you see the at the
Beside
top?
the heart.
Yeah.
Beside
This
the
one.
heart.
No.
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 More left. No.
Top
In the
middle? Yes.
Yeah, right there. Push it.
Oh, brilliant. Okay, well done. Oh, right. So, yeah, you've got Pisces, Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, skull and bone cross. And you can only ever have, so those are the 2 arms and the 2 legs always. So the skull and bone cross, they cannot, Jupiter and Mercury, they have no access in and out, inhale, exhale. They have no access to our solstice, to our breathing system, to the breathing system, to come in, to come out, to inhale, exhale. So we're leaving Pisces. So Pisces is ruled by Jupiter. We're upside down currently, and we're going to be coming back onto, so I put Taurus over here, I put Scorpio here. So Taurus ruled by Venus, Scorpio ruled by Mars, and Venus in exaltation in Pisces, Venus in detriment in Virgo, Mercury in exaltation in Virgo, and in exaltation in Pisces. So this is little Virgo, the little blue. It's the only way. We'll be seeing that. We'll be seeing that when we come to the voice. So basically, what I want to stay on here, this is the eye. Yeah. So there's Venus, the throat, the eye. So the eye is coming through the throat in Venus in exaltation, and Venus in Libra is just the Ra. It's the Ra. It's Venus rules it's the kidneys. And the expulsion. That's why they've got so yeah, Venus is the throat, the voice, the Little Mermaid, Pisces in exaltation. She finds her voice again. Venus in Virgo below is the intestines. Virgo rules the reproductive organs and the intestines. And Scorpio is Mars, is the sexual organs. And Venus is the kidneys in Libra, but the voice, so the door out. So Pisces, the Little Mermaid, finds the spirit again. And this is what in this film, you've got Susanna York playing the white, Rose White, and you've got Jane Fonda playing Rose Reds. So you've got Virgo, she's got her 2 legs, and you've got Pisces, who finds the spirit again. Okay, so let me come back to what so there she is. Let's look at the pictures, you'll see that. So there she is, Venus, rule of torso for the Maypole spine chakra system. The electromagnetic heart spin is ruled by Venus in Taurus, and the eye Libra is also ruled by Venus, but Libra is masculine, LUCYfer, and Venus is exalted. So the masculine is ruling the kidneys. Libra is with the sexual organs Mars, and Venus is Lucifer, ruling the kidneys. And then on the top, you've got Mars ruling the hippocampus, the head, with Venus and the throat, which is what we're going to live on the 322, because Mars will be on top of, Mars is going to be on Aldebaran, Mars is going to be on the voice. So that's a little bit like with the mask, you know, this is Hannibal coming in from Silence of the Lambs. This is, you know, this is the mites, the moths over the mouth. So Venus is exalted in Pisces. Her voice is full in the Little Mermaid, who sold her voice, spirit for legs, eggs, egg, L, N. So the bull, to show you, they don't shoot horses, do they? this film I watched last night, and it seems that all the films that my parents had on a video, so Midnight Express, this film, The Marathon Man, another film. So this is Sagittarius. So it's basically the story of the whole wheel. You've got the black horse of Sagittarius, and you've got the boy Sagittarius, and the film ends with him killing Jane Fonda, who tries to, she prefers to be killed. So VirgO prefers to be killed, and Pisces goes mad. Susanna York goes mad. So this is like the black stallion. It's always the little boy and the horse. So there you have him grown up. So it begins always on the shoreline. She sells seashells on the seashore. So you've got Jupiter and Mercury, the father and the son. Jupiter and Mercury, Asia and America, yellow and red. That's why in music videos, they always only have two boys. They never show you two beautiful women unless it's some horrible duet of two rappers. But they have all the most beautiful feminine music. From Simon and Garfunkel, Sodom and Gomorrah began the trend of two men singing. So instead of, it's normally she sells seashells on the seashore, but now we've got the two boys. It's always the two boys, Peter and Paul. So in the beginning of the film, the horse is killed. So the spirit of the horse, Sagittarius, needs to get back into Saturn, and they kill the horse. So the male spirit in the flesh, dead, gone. And then look, there's Penguin Man. There's Penguin Man playing the judge. So you've got the mafia. Now, this is all about the 12th house. I've showed to you, and I've showed you in past videos, I've read to you what the 12th house is. Pisces, opposite VirgO. So where is my book? Here's my book.
So according to the picture, Victoria, which is on the video, we got I made this with women.
You're not following me. Can you not see the video?
I can see it.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to just read you. I'm actually just going to read you the key words so you understand this film. I've already showed you, but this is showing you Pisces. This is where we are now. And the ball was set off with the falling of Notre Dame on the eye. So Notre Dame fall, this is the beginning. This is the Walking Dead. They show us the zombies in this film. So disappearance, what disappears, those who disappear. Lose, what we lose, loss. Secret mysteries, under wraps, unexplored, unknown. Fear, phobias, psyche, psychiatry, psychiatrist, madness. Mental institution, mental diseases, illnesses, hospital, doctors in the hospital, invisibly, be invisible, what is hard to find, drugs, pharmaceutical, pharmacy, pharmacists, lonely places on the outskirts, nearby hospitals, prisons, mental hospitals, monasteries, holy places, what is of religion, divine character, church, icon, divine, paradise, heavenly, God, contact with God. Hotels, that's why you see here the hotel. You'll see hotel, hospitality, Hotel California. Night by night, dream to sleep. That's why they're all falling asleep. They can't stand up. They're falling asleep. To be asleep, bedroom, bad, a bed. Mistake by mistake, wrong, erroneous. Abyss, chasm. Oil, petrol station, gas, petrol. Dope, drug addict, drug dealer. Photo, photographer, camera. False and sincerely, forgery, to forge, alias, impersonate. Fog, foggy, vaguely. To research, laboratory, science, doctorate. The sea on the sea, they're on the sea on this boat, they're dancing on the sea. Fisherman net to fish, fish all places at sea, islands in the sea. Drowning to drown. Poison to be poisoned to poison someone. Godfather at the Godfathers, by the Godfather. Getaway to escape, to run away, the mafia. So These people, they're very poor. It's always during the war, because we're from the V for victory to the V to victory, from the head to the bottom, from the solstice, from the sexual organs to the voice. This is what we've got, this passage that we're going through now. So you've got the sailors and they're lining up, and they actually give us COVID. So this is the this is Pisces, the white fish, the English woman, Europe. And he actually says COVID just here. So she's in red, America, red, yellow, 31, 13, 13, of course. Voila, he just said COVID twice. And there's, he just said COVID twice. He's coughing. Are you sick? Here comes the doctor. The voice, looking into the voice, and he's got, what's he got? He's got his Y. What's that called again? I can never say it. The stelloscope or something. This is the
Stethoscope.
Yeah. So this is the female VirgO tubes for the eggs, to hold the egg, the aigle. You got to fly. N L L in French is a wing. L is the wing. You need wings. You need your L. You need your L's. So he's going to look into the tonsillitis. Out. You're out. You're out the game. So this is what we're living now. The ball has begun. The ball. So in French, a whale is bull, bal, N. And that's spelled B-A-L-A-I-N-E. But in English, you hear bull, N, baleine. This is the whale. This is Leviathan. This is the Loch Ness monster. So, right. So she's out. Let me open my notes on this, because this is quite incredible, this film. Hawaii is mentioned, of course. Hawaii is Libra. Your picture is very good. Sorry. So, Nak Yasi. So, everyone watching the show, Nak.
Yes, we can see it clear.
Yep, sorry, I just think so. Here's Mr. Penguin Man, of course, Batman. We're in the Batman cave coming out. So you've got the black and white Nak Yasi. So then you've just got all the dancing. This is the show. There's just so much to say that I'm not going to be able to. So you have sirens. You have sirens going off the whole film. Yasi, Nak Yasi. You've got sirens. So in French, a siren is the Little Mermaid, and the siren is the micro. I'm going to be showing you all these pictures. You're going to get it when I show you. Nak Yasi. So here's the ball, the disco balls. Time. It's the sailors. Right. So, and you know, this is all about finding your twin flame. You've got to get out of Pisces. You have to find your own twin flame. So, yeah, this is all about, so she's telling her not to have a baby. So, you know, this is all the abortion, not to have a, but again, it's telling us that every time a baby is born, you're bringing a human back in. It's falling into flesh. The only way out, and this is something that Chiron's last, his videos, He explains, as long as we keep having babies, we're just going to keep falling back in here. You know, this is the merry-go-round. This is this physical experience that we're living down here is the merry-go-round. There's that, you know, there's no way out of here until you find the knowledge and you get out off the merry-go-round. And this is the bare truth of what we're living. This is the circus. This is the circus. And this is this point we're leaving the circus. So it's, you know, the archons always come onto the back of the neck, and he's doing that archon neck movement. And there's the sirens throughout the film, and the siren is like a gun. It's like the gun. It's that way to come out. There's the big ballroom, and they're all in their couples because we've been told to be married. You know, that or the Virgo Pisces is all about the, and Libra is the marriage, to keeping them, you know, you're meant to find your own. So let's just go through this quickly. So this is the Pisces woman. Now there's a scene where you get La Marianne, you get the, you've got every single scene in this film tells you, there's not a single second of this film that I wasn't last night. There's not a single image. So she goes and has sex with the other girls.
Victoria, can you drop the link to the movie, to the film?
I have. I've put it on. I put it on last night. It was so enormous that I actually joined it to last night's. So it's all the nurses, the whole film. We've got the nurses, and people are dropping and dying and being killed off. And here are the nurses all the time. This is the Pisces woman. So she's a little bit mad, of course, because, you know, this is the Pisces. She's considered just mad. It's the rose red. So it's, you see all the nurses. It's all the nurses. This is the why I just read you, the hospitals. And everyone's watching because this is the world of Pisces. People are just... people are watching. This is what's going on. Or these are all the psychopaths. This is humanity watching what we're living right now and thinking it's real, watching television, watching everything going on. And they're just complete psychopaths. They watch everybody dying and they just watch it. They keep watching. And the show just keeps going on, and this is what we're living. People just starting to drop dead, and they go mad.
Just like in the arenas in the Roman Empire.
Yes, this is it. And it's about, you know, standing on your feet. This is Pisces, standing up straight. So there's a scene where we've got the French La Marianne. So this is, see, this is what's going on. The injections, people going mad one by one. So yeah, where's the scene? She goes off and has sex with the big, because you see, Virgo and Pisces are the only mutable feminine signs, axis that we're leaving. So they are, you know, this is the prostitute, Virgo, and the high priestess. She's the two. And then you get the spiritual, the high spiritual, or the gangster in Pisces. So yeah, she's going to go and have sex with him, the big boss. And where's the little mermaid having sex with the little mermaid goes and has, yeah, I can't find it anyway. It's exactly showing us La Marianne, how they're going to merge. There it is, this scene here. So the red, white and blue, this is the making La Marianne. This is the Merlion. This is taking the Virgo, Mercury. So Mercury in detriment in Pisces. And this is how they make the Lion, the whore of Babylon, from Virgo come up to Pisces, and they put you were going to show us so yeah, this is Pisces losing her spirituality and becoming the La Marianne, that they're going to put the Mercury in detriment in Pisces. Okay, that's enough of now look, always the micro. I'm going to be showing you this. The micro, the Chiron. So the orchestra, always the conduct, the black and white. The orchestra were just conducts until we get, so I'll just show you the very end. So here, this is exactly, you know, this is just the bankers. We're just, they tell you, they show you, we're just, you know, there is no silver and gold. Silver and gold is the sun and the moon. It's the diaphragm. It's the diaphragm that we're in. There is no money, moon eye. There is no, it's all a complete illusion. And we will just keep dying and leaving here until everybody gets it. But I don't think they will. You know, I think that this is the biggest thing we're playing for, leaving Pisces now. Leaving Pisces is the hardest thing there is. So for them, this is what they imagine us. There's just going to be one person left. She goes completely mad.
It's the dance for greediness, right?
Yeah. This is at the end. She's gone completely mad. This is the Pisces in the water. The little mermaid. She can't find her voice. She's lost her voice. She's stuck in flesh. The voice is gone.
Oh, the dance for the money.
Yeah. So, and she gets shot. She asked to be shot. So this is the gun. This is the voice. The gun is the voice. So he wants them to get married. He wants them to get married. So, you know, your twin flame is your spiritual higher self. You're never going to win anything by getting married. So yeah, just show you this last scene. And it's always to see ending with the sea. So this is the voice, the gun, the last angle. So you've got Sagittarius and Pisces, the horse, the horseshoe, the V of the soul of the horse foot. And Pisces is to find the voice back out. We fell into humanity in Sagittarius and we're meant to lead through the voice in Pisces. Help is L, help, L. And what have you got on each side of L? You've got HP, harmonic procession, Holland Park, HP source. Help is just harmonic procession with an L in the middle. So she asks for Sagittarius to kill her, which is what's going to happen. The end of the white people. So that's America. America out, and Europe, they go mad. So she had a bit more character because she's Virgo. She's Virgo. And there she is in the harvest. They show you the fields, the harvest field. This is Tess. This is Set, harvest. So we're in the east. And there's the siren. There's the siren, and she's dressed in red. Right, so we come back to this. So Mercury's in detriment in Pisces. Okay, you know all that. So yeah, fallopian tubes are female reproductive organs that connect the ovaries and the uterus. Every month during ovulation, which occurs roughly in the middle of a menstrual cycle, the fallopian tubes carry an egg. So don't forget that in French, an eagle is an egg with an L, egg, L, egg, L, aigle. From an ovary to the uterus. Conception also happens in the fallopian tube. And, you know, women don't actually need men to have babies. In our spiritual, when we would get through the spiritual door. So this is stealing the voice. Mercury stealing the voice from Venus. So here's the diaphragm, and here's the 4 L's, the 4 legs, 1, 2, 3, 4. Here is the below the belt, the above the belt. We are living in this. We're stuck under here. And you have, for sexual contraception, you've got the diaphragm stuck between the diaphragm. There's the eye of the sexual organs. And here you've got that passage. So Mercury rules the lungs. Here's the diaphragm. That's the jellyfish. That's the octopus. There's the octopussy. Okay, the V to come out, the V. So Dorian Gray, the picture. This is the narcissist. This is what you see. This is but behind the narcissist. But most people have tuned themselves into the tone of the narcissist. So all humanity is framed. Because how many are we who've made it through? Nobody can see through. They're actually watching the ball. That they all fall for the that they, you know, people have they don't know how to tune their own tone. So this is the egg, the aigle, the fallopian tubes. And this is Mars. This is what's happening. This is the Baphomet wanting Mars and Venus. So Mercury is an exaltation in Virgo. So Mercury is taking over. We'll see that. We'll see the pictures. We'll see how Mercury and Mars. And there you have. That's what the doctors wear to listen to the heart. It's just they're taking over. That's why everyone's got these things on, listening to music with their ears and plugging in. They're plugging into the machine. And yeah, the ears is another hole out. Get through the ears, the nose, the mouth. Blocking people can't hear, speak. And it's the jellyfish, the JJ. So this is the 2 bulls of the martin, the free martins. So this is how everybody, even everybody breathing with masks, those masks are plastic. You can't burn them. Try and burn one. It's just plastic. It's the plastic chemicals that people are breathing in all day long, which is it's hormonal changing. This is how they can turn everybody into, and that's why twins are being born, twins. It's Mercury taking over Venus. Mercury is the twins taking over the, these are the tubes, the 2 tubes that we've just seen of the sexual, the reproductive organs. It's Mercury taking over from Venus. Mars and Venus. So Mars is killing Venus and Mercury comes in, Mars and Mercury, and Jupiter. And that's what we saw in my pictures. I'm going to be taking you to see, I think, in that, yeah, it's not those ones there. It's these ones. It's these ones. So you see, you've got, this is the hangman, this is the gun. Remember that? Anus. And I was, because I was thinking of the UN, the gun, the G in front of the UN. Maybe you can bring out that picture, Lars, you have that you showed me earlier with the gun, the GG, and the UN. This is the donkey, Anne, hangman. So yeah, that's got, these are the L's. This is the L, this is the gun, this is the angle to come in and to leave this reality. The 4 legs. There is, they actually show us the gun. They actually use, for gun control, the voice. So this is what's going to start coming in now. They're setting off the violence, the bullseye. They're setting all this off with Meghan and Harry. So Meghan Markle, the mark of the L, mark L, is basically MM is 1313, which is the two sides. The two sides. Yep, I can just turn that around. You showed me how to do it. There's the 13, 13, 1, 1. That's the butterfly, and the 13, 13. This is our passage out. This is the T. You see the T. You put the 2 sevens, 7, 7 is just, and that's why the microphone, come back, you'll see. So the mask, the gun, this is the micro, macro, and there you have, it's just the gun every time, the gun, boy, girl, the voice. They're going to merge the voice of the boy and the girl, the voice gun. Shut up. So the deer hunter is to kill the deer, which is Taurus, which is Venus, which is the voice. So they kill the female axis, Pisces, Virgo. So Asia, America, red, yellow, red, Asia. They even show us here, America, Asia. And this is a film called 5 Feet Apart. I don't know this film, but it, you know, it's always bringing us into the, you know, really making people believe that they're victims of their health, of their body. Look at this. Give me a break. And here we go, the yogi wogis. Everyone's getting downloaded to the beehive machine through yoga. Here's the gun. And this was the storming of the White House with these jokers. It's always the gun, which is the voice. So 7, 7 is the T of the testosterone, to change the testosterone. So this is the guns. We're going to have all this guns. So you've got the voice, that's her voice, 7, 7. That's why Bidden is 77. Her voice is 1, 7. It's been blocked. It's been blocked. So there's the 2 girls, the Venus. This is Venus in detriment in Virgo and Venus in exaltation, but she loses her voice. She goes mad. There's the ballroom. And this is what people are just, this is it. There's the bullseye. They're going to show you the bullseye every time. And this is what's happening. And penguin books, of course. I showed you that penguin upside down is the giraffe. And there's the micro again, the same thing. It's the gun. And that's why music, that's why from World War 2 to now is the journey of the voice. It's the journey of Pluto. We've got the revolution, the French Revolution was when Pluto, the last time, the cycle of Pluto, and we discovered Pluto was discovered at the time of the Second World War. So all these films are always the Second World War to now, because you've got the sexual V to the V to the V to the victory to the voice, the sexual organs. So it's the end of America. Here we go. It's the horse with no name. The horse with no name. The horse with no name. There's just over. And there she shows you, look, that's the V, her arms, the arms. So these are the logos. There's Penguin Man. And on the knees, on your knees, baloney, phony, baloney. This is the death of Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces, keeping people stuck in Capricorn, Sagittarius. You've got to get Capricorn, Aquarius, Pisces. So the V, you breathe in and out. So inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. When you breathe in, the diaphragm goes down. When you breathe out, UN, the gun, UN, there's a U and an N, UN, United Nations, there's the gun, the gun. So the muscles of the neck, this is how the archons enter. We're just a food source. It's the gun. You see, the gun. This is the grapes, the wine. Virgo, Mercury rules the lungs. Mercury rules the lungs. Virgo, Mercury is in exaltation in the flesh body, but Mercury is in detriment in Pisces. When you don't need your flesh body, you find your voice. You find your voice. This is a cake. This is a cake. So Dave, here we go. This is the, you know, the injections, and there you've got those little Y's. It's a cake. There is the tonsils, the M. So you've got the M of the sexual organs and the M of the throat, the MM. And there's the Lone Ranger. You've got to be a Lone Ranger to get out, to make the fifth element. Decapitation. Decapitated throat, the masked. So Twinkle Twinkle Little Star is CGF, GF. So this is the William Tell. You've got the Fabulous Five, always the five, like that film we just saw. And there's the organs, and this is the Dart Enyon. The dart in Enyon, this is where I live. The apple, the apple is just the heart, the electromagnetic. And William Tell, Will I Am. And this is Cupid and Valentine. It's all the same thing. There is the whale. Look. That is the sword in the stone. That is the tail of the whale. That's everything we've been looking at in the last videos. You see, that is the hat in The Little Prince. He draws an elephant. This is in Paris. You've got the Eiffel Tower, and you've got this same image that I showed you in our videos. You see, it's always that fish tail, that upside down, the sword in the stone. 7, 7, 7, 7, front to back. It's the voice. There's Mercury, and there's cutting the apple in half. So again, it's Robin Hood. It's all the same Mercury. So you've got those two discs. There's Saturn, but you've got what you've got to get out. You've got these two discs: the throat and the sexual organs. You've got to get up through the thorax. You've got to get through the sun and the moon. So there again, you've got, this is basically, you can't come out of the arms and the legs. You can only come out through the head or the sexual organs. So here's your picture, Lars. Lars, can you just show us your picture? There's the G, the G, the G, the G, and the fifth wave. Can you just explain that to us?
It's just what you said. It's the formable gaps, and G for gap, for gun, for leaving the big migration. The mutable crosses are the one considered as the cross of youth. And if you want to change something, you have to do it when folks are young. That's why you can program. So 3, 6, 9, 12 as well. So all the time, keep it in the flesh, as you're talking about. And you can see it goes around. So every time when we come to a mutable age, we won't get the 12, 3, 6, 9 all the way around. We won't be able to get it. I got another picture I can show.
So
afterwards.
This here we've got, this is the Maltese cross. If you see there, you've got the black and red, the yellow and black, the white and red. So Scorpio, Libra, Taurus, Aries, Aquarius, and Capricorn, and the sun and the moon.
Become
so these
the
are
master.
the gaps, and we're at the last gap now. So
Sure.
this is Susanna York in They Don't Shoot Horses, and there's Jane Fonda, so VirgO and Pisces, and
Sure.
we're coming through, but they're counting on most people, gun, UN, killing themselves, because people can't get through this 12th door. People
Exactly.
are too scared to get through. I mean, this is my life. I am all 12th house. I'm all this Pisces, and it's taken me.
Find your G tone.
Got to find the G tone. Yeah, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, the 7. G
Okay.
is the 7. It's the L. It's the angle. You got to get through. When I learned how to give birth with that famous woman, Betty Parsons, and I was just that little 17-year-old girl with all those grown-up women, and she basically taught me the biggest lessons for life. She used to say, you know, there's no point in pushing that baby backwards and forwards. You got to grunt and push all the way through.
Mm.
Got to grunt and push that baby all the way through. You've got to push your voice all the way through. So, and that's why I noticed Lavette in one of her videos, one of her recent videos, she said, if you don't have your own YouTube channel yet, you don't have your own, you ought to. You know, we're being told you need to get your voice out. We're stuck in the chest, the Pandora's box, the last gap is going to close. And when this door closes, you know, if you haven't found your head, Ed, the fifth wave, the purple, the color purple, you're stuck in the, you know, that wheel just goes round and round.
You won't become your own spider.
Yeah, you have to weave your own tapestry. So we carry on. Now, why is my wheelie stopped? The pictures was going round. Okay, oh yes, because I was on another wheelie. Okay, well, let's finish these pictures. So, Purple Martin, this is interesting. The Purple Martins are songbirds with a voracious appetite for insects. They make a great addition to your backyard, providing you with visual and auditory enjoyment. So this is a cool bird to be. Purple Martins for your garden. Mars, Jupiter. This is that I've shown you. This is the underworld. This is what they do with their hands. This is there you have it. There's the hands opening and shutting. The hands, yeah. Okay, I've got so many pictures now. Oh, but you know that those hands opening and shutting, that is the Martians. Right, come back, come back. So this is the tail of the whale. It's just the top of the archer. It's always the T, the seven, the seven. It's the bird when you find your voice through. There's the horseshoe, the Milky Way, the masturbator, Martin's theme. Yep, that's keeping you stuck in the underworld. So this is playing for the voice. It's all about taking the female voice. So this is the world once the female's voice is gone. Find your feminine voice, pitch tuner. And this is Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. So Venus, Mars, and that makes Mercury. So Mercury is using Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. And this is all the only voice we'll have. You'll have no voice left. You won't be able to leave the torso because they're merging. This is their color purple. Their color purple is they're merging the sound, the one voice of the psychopath. But 99% of humanity have tuned in their voice to the psychopaths.
To the masculine. That's right.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's not that masculine is bad. It's just that if there aren't women speaking up, if you haven't found the tone of Capricorn, if you're still thinking that Virgo girl, pre-sexual girl, or the Taurus bully woman, not the true Capricorn, you know, okay. Mars is an exaltation in Capricorn.
I know what you mean.
You see what I mean? Mars, the masculine energy of Mars is at its best, an exaltation in the old wise grandmother, the woman.
The mature wise.
If you don't find that voice that stands up for innocence, you know, when I walked into the school the other day and saw the children standing in little circles waiting for their turn with masks on. So I rocked up into the school and said, what are you doing to these children? That's the voice you need. The voice that stands up for innocence, not these women following along. So voice feminized. So you see, this is it. They're killing. And that's when you listen to that girl who plays in Harry Potter, the voice of William's wife, whatever she's called. They've all toned in their voices to the most, the tone, their tone of voice is absolutely disgusting because they're men. They're not women. You know, they've killed the voice. So there's the 7-7, there's the FF, there's the gun, and that F is 66. A, B, C, D, E, F. F is 66. So that's 22 is the V for victory. So you've had one gap, V for victory, 22. Two gaps, that's 22, that's 44. Third gap, 66, but you need 88. You need to get through Pisces. They want to keep us stuck at here at FF. So that's the 7 or the 7. 7 is also an L with an F. You've got to get through. So they're merging the tone. This is what she called Harry's wife, Meghan Markle, MM, Mickey Mouse, making the Mickey Mouse voice. So yeah, they're training that muscle of the voice to make this psychopath. You only have to listen to the radio. I can't listen to the radio. They've created this tone of voice. So there's Mercury stealing the voice from Venus in exaltation with his wings. He's the last V for victory. He's Cupid stealing the voice. And there we go. Everybody's watching that voice. And red and blue. So it's the heart, you know, it's the the hearts, the two tubes that go through the heart. You've got the blue and the red, the hot and the cold. You need the middle pillar, the middle pillar. This is fire and ice. So she's got no more voice. They've stolen her voice. And this is what happened to me when I was in New Zealand with the holographic kinetics. And they tried to steal my voice, my tone, before I'd found my voice. So this is the V for victory, Pisces, the last V for victory. And this is the Milky Way, the horseshoe, and there's how. It's what we're living now with when Mars is going to be on Aldebaran. This is the Milky Way, the horseshoe, the V. So from Sagittarius, that's why they don't shoot horses, they shoot horses. It's the, and this is the passage of the voice, the voice. The voice. So interesting, these numbers, 13, 13. Okay, so again, that is the fake Venus. Venus, you see the masculine Venus is not the voice, it's our kidneys. It's our kidneys, and that merges with, you know, it's the bowels, the bowels, the ball, Lucy FER, Lucy Ball. That's why she's called Lucy Ball. And this is, you know, the fake lips, the lips. That's why in Paris, the most famous restaurant where all the politicians go is called Lips. This is masculine Venus, Lucifer, Lucifer rising. She's going to merge with little Virgo to take Mercury and Venus, and Mars will be on blocking Taurus, the voice. This is the voice. And Mars is going to be on top of this voice for 322. So it will be exactly 2 years. The last time Mars was there was Easter Day 2019, and that was the last time they killed 8 bulls, and they killed my dog Happy. And it's coming up again that day. Let's go. Let's just finish off. I've got a couple of important posts to show you, and then we can finish. So, oh goodness, I don't want to get stuck there, because that is just going to be hours and hours if we get stuck there. Okay, so best way is to come to the pictures, and the best way to come to the pictures, I think, is just to whiz through. Yep, that's the one moving. Okay, so movie groovy. Now, yeah, this is interesting. Car. If you look at all car logos, there's the Tesla, it's the 77, and stuck in. All car logos are the V. This is the magic. This is the magic circle. You've got every element has got a mutable, a fixed, and a cardinal. Those are the 3.
369.
Yeah, the 369 always. Oh, wrong way. So the Volkswagen is just VV. This is the voice. Peugeot is the VV. It's always the VV. There's the RAM. And you've got, there's the V. That's the zigzag. The 77 in the zigzag. Right, so Charlie's Angels, the two guns, 7, 7, and there's the V. That's the 3, 6, 9, never let you get to the 12. The V, the red and the blue. So Freddie Mercury, because it's Mercury, and he's got, there's his voice is coming through the 7, the 7. He's holding the microphone. Mercury's got the voice. And this is Romulus and Remus. This is where we're at. It's all boys. 7, 7. They've even given us the Milky Way, MM. Harlequin stuck in the diamond, and he's blocking the, this is Mercury blocking the, this is Brexit. So this is the, normally the solstice. This is what I think with the Isle of Wight, is at the Isle of Wight, they blocked, they blocked the 7th 7. There's Merlin, that's at the Isle of Wight. They've got the 3, exactly this. On the Isle of Wight, they've got the 3 needles, which is basically just 2 7s. You see the 2 7s, the 2 guns, blocking the midway path. So I think that there's the Isle of Wight. There is the snake. So that snake is blocking, this is the magnet, the compass, this is the magnet that is blocking from the Normans, are blocking the flow up through into England so that you get to Scotland to make the Taurus field, to have the true solstice. So they've, I think that I can get here this way. Let me stop, let me block it, let me get back to the pictures here. Let's go to these are the, this is the pH scale, this is the Holland Park. I'm going to show you. There is maybe I can make these maybe I can make these images bigger. Hang on. Oh, look, I can make them bigger. Yes, look at that. Okay. So there's that North Pole, the N, the hate in English is the N. So you see these books, Harvest, Tess. You see that big, that injection, Tess. This is what we're living. Tess is the harvest. And there's the throat, the gun, the harvest, and Tiger Woods. Oops, right. So I want to show you the Isle of Wight. There's that again. I was just showing something. There's the, yeah, there's the penguin man, the umbrella opening and shutting. So BT is British Telecom, BT, ET. Orange, LOLL. There's the policeman blocking again the Taurus field. There's Catch 22, that man with his arms and legs up in the air like that Pigs of Pink Floyd. And there's the eye, the Allo. Remember that series, Allo? The yellow submarine. It's all yellow and black. The B. Halo, Hal, if you want to find your halo. So okay, let me see. So this is the harmonics. The harmonics, we've got, yeah, I can get this bigger, right? So there's Hal. This is what we've got coming up on this 322 Mars on the voice on Aldebaran. Hello, is there anybody in there? And there we've got the 2 faces, the monkey and the man. So that's the gun, the 7 and the 7, the gun and the gun. The red phone, the 7, and there you've got the 007 with the gun, Skyfall. So this is the hello. So we've gone from the dial of the telephone. You have to dial it round and round. Just a little pinprick, if not, if you can hear me. So this is where, this is mellow yellow, the black and yellow, I can't breathe. This is the COVID, this is the policeman blocking like Freddie Mercury, blocking the throat, blocking the British rose. There's the plug in the mellow yellow. Okay, so Tess, there's the voice. We've got this opportunity to open up. The 2 V's for victory is when we open up through the voice. So it's coming out of the voice. Okay, I wanted to show you. So there's, look at him. This is Pisces. This is coming through the gateway. You see, coming through that tomb, you've got to get past Pisces. You've got to come through your fears. It's very scary. HP Source, Holland Park, Picnic at Hanging Rock is PH, HP, PH, harmonic procession, harmonic procession. This picture here, so I'm going to show you the pictures as we go through. Harmonic procession. This is Holland Park. That's why in Holland Park, I'm born in Holland Park. They've got the orangery in Holland Park. So let's open, let's look at these pictures. We can go through now. This will take us. So there's the 3 girls, the hole. You've got to get through the last door, that eye. There she is, the Virgo in red, the black and white, the hooker. This is Mercury in detriment. Got the bullseye, the 4 girls. There's again, this is to purge. You need the salaman, the lizard, that's the North Pole. Goldilocks and the 3 bears. Oh, the North Star. Harmonic wave analyzer. So you've got the V and the V. That's the whale going up and down. The V going through. It's the voice. HP formula. There is the Aleph Tav, the TT or the FF. HP Hewlett and Packard harmonic mixer. So you see the 3 bears, how to survive Pisces, how to get through this 12th house, where you need to surrender to win. So that was like what you said, Lars, about the water. What was it that you said, like Bruce Lee says? Be like the water.
Be like the water, my friend. Be like water.
You've got to surrender to the 12th. There's the 12th door, the wolves are waiting for you in the 12th door. You either go with the flow or you meet the wolf flow.
You'll
So
be
the 12th house rules the family ghosts of our. The 12th door house rules the family ghosts of our past and has been described as the dark, clandestine, mysterious house. So this is Pisces. It's what we're going through now. Oh no, now why is he stopped? I want him to keep okay, there we go. So the pH scale goes to 14, the 14 pieces of Osiris. You need the middle, the green, the heart to get through that door. What is pH? So Picnic at Hanging Rock, Holland Park, pH. Somebody was just killed apparently at Holland Park, again, at the tube station. The central line, you've got the circle line on the tube and the central line. Holland Park is on the central line. This is the central line, the harmonics, 7. Neutral, 7. pH, Holland Park, harmonic, Picnic at Hanging Rock. Neutral, Holland Park, red and blue. You've got to get through. So this is where I used to play as a child. And they've even got the whale's tail going underneath in that water. And there's the clock, and there's the arches. Archie, that's why the son of Harry and Meghan is called Archie. Got to get past the art. There's the whale's tail. There's Tesla. My God. There we got the Tesla right in. This is where I used to play. I spent all my childhood here. My house, my door, my back door went into Holland Park, and they have the orangery. This is the orangery. So they've made the Pisces black and white into the orangery. This is the Victorian Society. So there's Pisces again. There's what they've done to us. They've put this, you've got to get through the wall, the invisible wall. You've got to find your voice. You've got to get through these scissors of the barbershop. That's why the moustache, we just saw Freddie Mercury. This look, the umbrella, what is that? The Umbrella Academy with the bullseye. So close, the bowl, the ball, the ball, the bowler hat, the bowl, 2 lost fish bowls. So we saw that last time. So Tess, the surgeon. There's the throat. Going through the throat, the gap is the throat. The N, 25 is 7, N. You see, AIN in French is the whale, is the baleine, N. That's how you spell whale, B with an N. And N is wool in French. It's the wool, corn wool. G7 is at Cornwall. So the N, Tess, life supports. We saw that last time. So this is Narnia, Ice Queen. This is the fire and ice. And there they are with the umbrella in Narnia, Harry and Meghan. There they are. So Lucy is Meghan, Lucifer, and Harry is Mr. Tumnus. Yeah, and most people. Meanwhile, said Mr. Tumnus, it is winter in Narnia, and it has been for so long, and we shall both catch cold if we stand here talking in the snow. Daughter of Eve, from the far land of spare where eternal summer reigns around the bright city of the wardrobe, how would it be if you came and had tea with me? Tea is testosterone. It's how they change their sex. With the tea, the sword and the stone. Have a cup of tea, change your sex. So Harry is going to go over to America to become red, raw, and yellow Asia. So she's yellow Asia. Their child is the yellow Asia, red and yellow, male axis. And there's the Asian child. Yeah, black and yellow, I am. Are Romulus and Remus. The Range Rover, always. Rolf Harris, 2 little boys. And that is Rolf Harris being taken away at 88 in C2 Bads. That's the 2 of Gemini. There he is. And look, that picture. We've got the 2 horses, a horse bumming or something here. Right. So Groundhog Day 2 in the winter. I got to see that film, Knob. Here are the people who run this show in their top hats. XX, Narnia, the sword in the 7-7, it's the last door. Tesla, it's the throat chakra. This is the smoke and mirrors you've got to get through. Got to get through the voice, but we've got to get through Mr. Tea Cozy. Tea Cozy himself, Salman. That's the lizard that we just saw picnicking Hanging Rock. The red and white, you got to get through Mr. Salman. It's all an illusion. That's why all these videos, all these truthers, I'm fed up with them all. They're all fake. Somebody just sent me a truther that they're not going to bring you to the wisdom that Lars is giving you. They're not going to give you. They're not going to bring you. Every single person out there is tricksters. They are all this guy catching you in the throat. You got to get through. We're going through, we're at the bullseye right now. What's that? Okay, that's tomorrow. That's coming up, the 322. There's Mars on Aldebaran. What's all this? These are my old, okay. Right, so that's the bullseye. So these are the voice pictures coming up now, and we'll just finish with this. So there's the moth, the meat. In French, meat is a myth, a mite, a myth. Okay, this is the motherboard, the motherboard, the motherboard. People still living in cities, you're just in the motherboard, the motherboards. There's the snake, this is the intestine, this is the snake, the parasites that eat off you. This is meant to be a dusty computer. This is a dusty computer board. It looks like Egypt. It's all fake. It's just a computer program. You're in a computer program. Eventually, they both got tired and walked away from each other. This is She Keeps Building. And this is the Tesla. This is the red door. You got to get through. The camera is not out of focus, my friends, the stars. So this is very important. When I'm doing my astrology, I'm explaining to people in readings that you are living the experience of how you perceive yourself through looking through the stars, through these lights. If you're Virgo, you perceive your experience through this. But if you want to get ahead and to come out, you've got to stand back and have a full view, and then you can decide to look through whatever hole you want. You know, I've been through years and years of living Pisces. There's no more fear than what I've lived in my life. And all I had to do was stand back. I can look through whatever hole I want. You can create whatever experience you want. But first, you've got to get through the 12th door. You've got to get through the fear of the 12th door. And then you can create whatever experience you want.
That's the whole point of it, to become the observer.
Yeah. But you've got to get through this first. You've got to get through this. So here's the Tesla, decapitation, the decapitation, the decapitation, the decapitation. This is what they're doing. They're just going to decapitate you one by one, because no one wants to get through this. No one wants to get through the 12th door to go and find the wisdom. You're going to keep watching YouTube videos of all these people. This where somebody, I kept one open. Somebody sent me some YouTube guy, and he's just a really good example of inside the knot. Dogville, you go watch Dogville. This guy here, Robert Edward Grant. Somebody sent me this video and I just looked at 3 seconds, but they're just going to keep you confused. They're going to intellectualize bullshit so you can listen and intellectualize. And they're going to give you so much. But in the end, you've got to work it out yourself, because they can keep you running around in circles and circles. Have a look at these guys at the end. So this is the Philosopher's Stone, but they're not going to give you the whole story. Look. So there's the voice and the arse, fire and ice. That's not air and earth. That's not air and earth. So people watch these videos, but they don't want to make the effort and go and find the wisdom. There they are. Look at these two. And all the truthers are falling for these. You only have to look at their face. Once you find truth, you can't look at these people. They're fake. I loved watching Mag again. And Mag too. Mag is not going to bring you to the wisdom, but at least he's showing you the tone of everything's fake. Anybody on YouTube, look at these guys, look. That's fake. These guys are fake. Can you not feel what's true and what's real? There are just people out there blocking the throat chakra so you don't make it through. This film, Dogville, if you haven't seen Dogville, this is the VirgO girl. She becomes Grace. This is at the end. This is like the motherboard. She's going to leave the motherboards. It's the city. This is showing you the computer program we live in. They've got Mars. So Mars is going to come on top of the voice on 322. And Grace, so she goes from Jane Fonda red. And she's been Grace, the lovely whites, mermaids, sacrificing empathy with all the people in the village. Everyone in the village fucked her over. Every single one fucked her over. They all used her and abused her. And then Father Saturn came back, the gangsters. It's actually Jupiter. It's actually the gangsters, you see, gangster mafia. And she has to decide for herself. She has to choose, realize herself. She has to choose to leave this realm. She has to choose for the sake of humanity.
It's directed by a Danish director.
Lars von Trier.
He was regarded to be a nut.
Yeah. So, either you stay in Neil Kline's underworld or you leave. Look, and nailing it to a wall over there she's talking about all the people. Every single person fucked her over. So, I have every single planet in the 12th house in Pisces. So, I get it. But I don't wish harm to anybody. You just got to save yourself. And it's all about the shooting at the end. Everyone gets shot because it's the shooting. It's your voice. You find your voice. And they're just going to keep people playing in this merry-go-round. Right, so... what's that? This is Armageddon Consciousness. He's just bringing out one incredible video after the other. And this is just showing, the killing of Pisces, the killing of the white people through cult belief programs. They've just got all the gurus, all the Midsummer Night's Dream, all the Cancer Kali. Exactly what you were showing us. Burning Man, there's the Penguin Man again. So 4 legs. Just the swastika, 4 legs. That's a good image of the voice. Look, it's the gun, the 7-7 facing each other, the voice coming through. This is where we're at, and this is what you see in the film. So yeah, Neil is doing his live, by the way, next Saturday on the 20th. So we will all go and join N. This is exactly where we're at. But in the dark, your fantasies get so out of hand. Kojak, COVID in French, Kojak, COVID, vid in French means empty, vide. Here's the Eggman. This is the Eggman. No more egg. No more eggs. She's empty. She's barren. Aldebaran. Sparkle, Neely, sparkle. The playground, round and round the merry-go-round. Right. Hands, face, space. 369. Yeah, okay, so they shoot horses, patient education. Okay, we've done everything. Where am I? I'm just going through pictures. These pictures here, right. So you want to come out, and when you come out, you can look through whatever star you want to. You create your own stars. But first you've got to get through the last door, 12th house. So this is the virus, motherboard. The virus is just for the people who are stuck on the motherboard, on the computer program. Coronavirus, COVID, Kojak, COVID. And this is the Sims program that people are going to get locked inside. This is when Neptune gets into Pisces in 2023. People are just going to be stuck in a virtual reality. And the smart cities. So this is the smart cities. This is it. You either plug into your higher self, or you're going to be stuck onto the motherboard. And Tess is just east, the tempest. Tess is harvest. This is the Virgo girl again. So here's Lars's picture. Do you want to explain that, Lars?
What's to say about it?
Last time, yeah, we did that last time.
Yeah, sure we did. It's just about the Virgo girl, blue Pisces down on the picture, being brought in as the whole.
Yeah, yeah, this one, and yeah, that was in oh, hang on. It's great, this wheelie, how it wheelie. Yeah, I mean, see, people just can't see through narcissists. They're everywhere. They're everywhere. And until you tune yourself in, you know, I've had to, it's the Pisces, the mutable signs are, any sign can be a narcissist, but all the mutable signs are bipolar. And you've got to be aware of your two sides. Right, that's all narcissists.
They have been created for the purpose.
Yeah. So this is just a thing on New Zealand, north-south, the north-south node. You see 1080 is just
Victoria, please go back to the New Zealand map.
Yeah.
So you see in the bottom,
yeah,
there's a little island, and then it looks like the Isle of Wight when you tune into it. I sent you some pictures with the lines on. Do you remember?
Ah, was that what you, okay. See, I've just been so busy. I haven't, so yeah, this is a little bit like a magnet underneath as well, because this is, I think the Isle of Wight is a stopping with the snake. It's stopping.
So it's opposite, to mirror it.
To mirror, yeah. We got to get into that. We got to work that out. We've got to work out, you see, NN, this is the NZ, is the North Star. It's the Polaris. It's just Z is N. It's the same thing. So you've got VV, the 4 V's for victory. And the last door, Virgo, New Zealand is Virgo, but they've got the North-South Islands, which is, you know, why on the Isle of Wight, they've got the snake running across the center, but that snake should have moved upwards by now. It shouldn't still have its head pointing We'll get there. I'll show you. So we're going this way, right? So you see north node, south node. There's always two horseshoes, two horseshoes. This is in Bosnia, the north-south node, Rahu Ketu. So a little bit like Harry and Meghan and their baby egg coming through. So here is the Isle of Wight. And they've got the snake coming across. There's the needles. So the Merlin put up in Asia. You've got the three needles in that Merlion. You've got the lion with the water coming out. And this is what this is the dragon. So somehow this dragon is blocking the path up north, is what I'm thinking. This dragon, and so you got the two, show the two V's in that dragon as well. This is the sun and the moon and the passage through. There'll be no, this is through the diaphragm to get up through the thorax. And that's, you've got the atomic, it's just the atomic bomb. And this is like the ovaries of Ohama Beach, New Zealand, is the Virgo's ovaries, the two eggs. And this is Ohama Beach. So I'm hoping that nothing's going to happen D-Day, because, you know, Paris, Texas, there's Virgo, there's the red, the Paris, Texas, Tesla, Jane Fonda has been used completely. The Aigle, these are the two sevens of the eagle, of the Tesla. That's what we saw last time. I showed that last time. It's the mouth. So we saw him in that film, Penguin Man. He's the judge in the film. Tiger Woods, we saw last time, Tess, Trumpton. So Freddie Mercury does this picture, does this as well. All right, that's the throat. You got to get through. This is Las Vegas, the vagus nerve. Yeah, the landlady is Virgo. Virgo rules land and landladies and the people who rent, parental guidance. That's what a parent is. There's the baby. Parents. Sick, kiss, kiss. We saw that last time. The eye. Right, so let me just finish with, so this is what's happening now, the bullseye. I think I just want to finish with this Peter and Paul. There's the V for victory, and crucified Peter upside down, the 7-7 upside down. They crucify the voice. You can't get through the voice. You've got to get through the voice. So basically, Venus in detriment, and these are the two passages blocked with the sword in the stone in Virgo and Pisces. It's the voice. It's all about sound. It's all about sound. You got to get out. Right, so, okay, it's taking me all the way through. This is great, these pictures, but I do just want to finish. It's the T-bone steak, T-Rex Scotty, Talking Heads 7-7, Pink Floyd 7-7, 7-7. It's your last chance to get through. 7-7, 7, 7, and those are the 3 needles. 7, 7. Right. So we've seen all those pictures last time. Let's just get to the voice and finish with that voice. Remember that, the LL, that's the Disney film about climate change, The Tempest, Eyes in Outer Space, the 4 V's, it's the wings, L, 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 L. Oh my goodness, what's that? Somebody's at my door. Okay, yeah. Ed, no, damn, mad. So Isle of Wight is 50, Cornwall is 50, 5050. So there is the LL, that is the snake, that's where the snake passes on the Isle of Wight. And they've blocked with the 7-7. They've blocked, keeping the snake going in that direction when it should be moving round with the, so there's Freshwater Bay, and this points north, and this should be, this is where my great-great-grandmother was born, so there's something going on, the White House here, Freshwater Bay, this is the North Way, and I think that's why I speak about all this, because I think see, there's St. Martin's, the Free Martins catering, they're blocking. This should be the gateway through up here. That's why. So for some reason, can we get to the right? So there again, there's the 3 needles. And if we go in this direction, if I whiz, there's Mercury. If I whiz, we should finish with the voice. These Vic, I think after, here we go, voice. Here we go, we're at the voice. So we'll just whiz through these to finish. And actually, we've been through, we've done it all. We've been through everything. We've done it, darlings. I'm over and out. I think that I've covered everything. I'm sure I'll think of things that I wanted to say, but I'm not very good. I'm sorry. But I think that this is the Baphomet, and this is Mars. This is Mars on, this is coming up for the bullseye, the 322. The UN, the gun is the G7 UN. 7 is that last gun passage of the voice. Corn, wool, corn, her. Wool in French is N, len. Wool is N, len, the baleine, N. L is the wings in French. Right, I think it's done. I think we can go.
Okay.
Through, darling. So over to you.
Okay.
Thank you for your patience.
You're welcome. Okay, I will finish up with my pictures you talked about, Victoria, and then the stellarium, and then we can take the questions. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Just a second. So Fiona asked about a date in 25. Do you see stellarium now?
Yes, we can see it.
Okay, so it could be on the 20th of April. It's a far out guess, but we got the sun exalted in Aries, and Saturn, the master, the teacher, the governant, coming into Pisces, and Mercury and Venus have come out of retrograde. So, hot going on. So this could be a date regarding to the deagle.com. This could be it, but I know just as much as you do. And about the picture and Victoria has been talking about, we're using in the intro. We got Gemini and Virgo, and this is the voice to be born out of in the youth sign of Virgo, and the tongue in Gemini in Mercury. So this is what I think about that. And some questions about the 369. And it's all 369. And when the wheel spins in the 4 mutable signs, and right now we are here, and we are try to keep us away from getting the 12th house. And the next time it will be Sagittarius, Gemini, Virgo, and Gemini. So as the wheel turns around in the elements, seems like that it will never be the Trinity, but always the Trinity, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost, and not the Mother, the Father, the Child, and the Holy Spirit. So it will keep us stuck in the Trinity and not the Trinity.
Would that be how they keep the cardinal power as well? Because they create that that's the cardinal cross image.
Exactly.
So they're using, this is the skull and bones have found a way of creating the cardinal 369 each time. That's each time. It's the cap, it's the hat, it's the cap. They've got the Fez cap, that's the Fez cap.
Yep. So they would keep it out every time we come in, and we leave an immutable sign.
Yes.
As we go around. And the spider, we talked about that, the gap, and the UN, the G-tone, become your own master of your web, and don't run around like a hamster in the wheel. As you talked about, Victoria, jumping, get in and start making your own spider web. Ignore the bullshit.
You can't do that until you get out the 12th door. If you can't observe that every human being is a mixture of those 12 elements, of those 12 seasons, and most people can't. They still can't see themselves.
No, we gotta get attached to it.
Nobody gets what the 12th house is really about, what Pisces is really about.
No, and next time it will be Sagittarius, and so on when it goes.
When you can start watching films and you can start seeing everything going on in the media, all films, everything, they're just using the archetypes.
Yeah.
When you can start to see that every film is using an archetype, then you've begun to find your tone.
Sure. So everything under the guts, you called it a diaphragm, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Right, that's fire and ice, Mars and Jupiter, and the moon and the sun. And then we got Taurus and Libra, Gemini, Virgo, and Capricorn, Aquarius. So we want to stop here. Got to get through.
Yeah.
And just for fun today, I made this one. If one wants to make another of this UN needle there running around with all our politicians, one can make a batch of this one. I'll just take this out because they will match it. This is the masculine, the feminine, the moon and the sun pillar. And we got the 4 elements, and we got the planets. So one can use it if one wants to make one. And talking about leaving the door, leaving the H, as we know, the narrower the path, going up. So the Pope, he slammed the door, we closed it 2013. And I think we talked about it last time as well, but
we haven't seen it. You haven't showed, we didn't see this picture in the last video.
it's on my website. It's on my website with some explanation to it. So narrow are the paths, be like water, flow, adapt into it, but don't be it. And don't tap into this fake octopusy energy when they bring in.
We can see Mercury becoming the Baphomet. This is the Merlin.
Exactly.
Merlin.
Yeah. So they take out when we make, normally we make Capricorn, it's like an N and the fishtail, but here it's Leo with the fishtail.
Right.
And this looks like an octopusy when you bring in the Libra, the fake LUCYfer.
This is, yeah, and it's very much like Harry and what's she called again?
Merkel.
Merkel
in Germany.
Meghan Merkel, Mickey Mouse, yep. Yeah. That's MM.
Sure. So they corrupt the Aquarius and Capricorn. It'll look like that. So yeah. And then we got the shadow illusionary new 2 pillars that we can hunt, aim for, because the moon and the sun pillar are closed. Yep.
Yeah.
That was it.
Bravo.
Okay.
Do we got some questions?
Yeah, we got a few. This is a question from way back in the beginning when you were talking about the people, the harvest, so to speak, and discerning what is true was asking, why are these empty cities that have been built in China?
Yeah.
Good, good question.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
No, me neither.
Maybe they are to be filled up. Maybe, you know, we won't be able to live in the countryside anymore, and we're going to be rounded up and put into cities. There won't be. Maybe there's going to be another 9/11, and we'll all be rounded up into cities. I mean, that's what I was showing, the smart cities. They need us to be on the computer board, on the motherboard.
Yep. We are the prize.
Right, and keeping us all in one place is much more easy to control than spread out over.
Eventually, they don't want. This is what all the climate change is about, to get us out of the countryside.
Right.
That's why they've got these Swedish girls. I don't know if you've noticed on YouTube, there's these Swedish people giving these dry foods. We're going to be eating, you know, everything that happens to pets is what's going to happen to humans. Pets, people only feed their pets dry food, and all humanity will be fed a super diet. There's some kind of Swedish girl feeds all over YouTube with her Swedish boyfriend doing yoga, and they show them going around the world getting the best fruits and vegetables, and they packed into dry food, vaccinated, collars, chips, and dry food. Everyone's going to be eating them.
Yummy or not?
Like being cattle.
Yep.
Okay. CAAC is asking, what do we do to still live with all this around us? I mean, I sit in nature, plant trees and vegetables, and never wear a mask, and no one bothers me. But maybe this will change? Question mark. So, I think what he or she means is how to live with all this madness going on around us, and that she's not wearing any mask, and she's going into nature and stuff, not being bothered by anyone. But I think he or she is maybe afraid that that's going to change. Well,
for the moment it's okay. It's not. It's okay. Just this is if we just need more and more people doing that, more and more people coming off the merry-go-round.
We have to change this common consciousness to be aware of it, that something's wrong.
Right.
But some won't be able. We can't wake them up. That's it. They won't get. They will not lose the grip of what they believe.
Yeah, exactly. And no changing that, right? So. Okay, Fiona Courage is asking, is your own river there all the time? In example, latent, awaiting activation of the release of chrism oil, or is it something else?
You mean our inner river?
Yeah, is your own inner river there all the time? In example, is it latent or awaiting activation of the release of chrism oil, or is it something else? I think that's referring to the Kundalini part where you were talking about.
Yeah, Kundalini. No, we're basically we've fallen here. So that Kundalini, it's certainly you when you become conscious that you have a higher self, that is the awakening of that river. Otherwise, your body will, your heart beats automatically. You're not conscious of your heart beating. Your heart will beat for you. But to become conscious, then the river, the Kundalini snake river, awakens. But otherwise, your body will just function on automatic pilot until you step into the pilot seats.
Right, it's all about controlling the lower urges from the lower chakras. Or
yes, well, it's about, having a desire to create, and that makes that creates the genuine, it's, as I say, if you're tuned into the wrong tune, it's just like a rate, it's a frequency. It's like opening a safe. When you're opening a safe, you're turning right, left. You're constantly trying to find the right tone, the right harmonic, what we were looking at, the harmonic frequency, whatever it's called, harmonic, what did I call it? It was called harmonic, HP, harmonic something. What was it called again?
pH 7 level out of 14.
There's pH, the acid, and alkaline, which is also pH. I forgot to mention that. There's the two. There's the harmonic precession. That's it. Harmonic precession. And
it's all about the middle path in everything.
All about the middle path. You can be too alkaline, too acid, and your harmonics need to be tuned in. But only you can do that because we've all got a different chart and we've all got different elements. If you've got too much water, then you need to go and if you've got too much water and fire, you're going to be steamy. It's all about the balance, but first of all, you've got to know what you've got. You've got to know about alchemy. You've got to know, and nobody knows. Nobody knows anything about themselves.
Exactly.
okay.
So it's all about getting this pendulum to stop.
There's another snake. There's an alien observer watching us. Until we become the observer, we are observed. Exactly like we saw in the film, the horses film. There's a judge and there are people standing on the stage. And the audience is probably all our ancestors as well. I'm pretty sure that there's a very thin veil between here and another and getting through the throat chakra. And I think that we've got family and ancestors and our loved ones and our animals. Everybody's waiting for us. It's like they're cheering us on.
It's energy.
Energy.
It's energy. We are energy, and we need the right frequency and vibrations so we can get it to resonate exactly as it are tuned into the alchemical science. The amount of it, too much, too many feelings and too much emotion, and you can control it. You have to go to the middle path, mind over matter.
Right. It's like tuning into a radio station, right? If you're between the frequencies, you will only hear static
Noise, exactly.
noise. Yeah. Okay. Let me see. Susie Metcalf is asking, do we really need to stop having babies? I think that was on the part when you were talking about twins, Victoria.
Yeah. No, I was talking about this. Something about there's something about the way we're having babies for sure. Because I never like it when people say that either. I never like it when I hear Chiron last saying, as long as you keep having babies, you're keeping this cycle going, and it upsets me. I don't like to hear that, but somehow, I think that when you start consciously creating, we'll go back to having babies in a different way. I think that under the belt dome, there is another way that we're not conscious of yet. But both worlds are existing. There's an underworld and there's an overworld existing. So currently, when we have a baby, when we're born here, we're being born into this underworld limbo state. I'm not saying we have to stop having babies, but I'm so grateful I had my children, but I've kind of brought my children into this world. Yes, I've brought them into this level. I didn't have my babies in a conscious state.
We didn't.
I was just a child myself, but I think there's a big difference between consciously bringing in children into the correct worlds and we'll see, but I can't remember what it's called, but women can actually have babies without men. We're in the lower world where we have to remember who we are. We have to become androgynous again. So that's very important to remember too, because we want to merge all the time. We're looking for our partner. We want a partner. We want to find our twin through another person. But we are meant to become androgynous. And the true thing of being androgynous is finding your higher self, finding your masculine within you, and finding your female within you, and not being afraid of that. And you'll notice there are men who are looking, they've twisted it all, because men are turning into, they're creating this third race, this third Reich, which is not the true androgynous. True androgynous is being female, male. I think that where we're going, you're not thinking about sex so much, I'm afraid, gang. Yeah. I think that's the whole Cupid and Valentine. I think we're meant to leave that sexual desire. As boring as it may sound, I think there is another way.
Yeah, we are meant to leave this time. Our turn under the wheel, a rower for this time. But we will come back and we will become a spirit, which are androgynous. So nothing to be afraid of, I reckon.
Yes. Okay. Let me see.
We are infinite energy.
Yep. Could Victoria say more about the sphenoid bone, its role, and how do we attune to it?
Which bone?
The sphenoid.
The sphenoid, is that the
SPHENOID bone? Sphenoid.
is that a below or an above bone? and a blow, is that a throat bone or below belt bone?
If the sphenoid is an unpaired bone, it sits anteriorly at the cranium. I think it's the butterfly bone in
Oh,
your
so
head.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, it's the butterfly one. Yeah. So it's very similar to the pelvis. We've got one above and one below. So let's find a picture of that. And then I can, oh, there. We've got one here. So we've got Batman.
You have to click the share screen first, I think.
Oh, right, yeah. So share screen. Okay. So now this is it. This in the. There's one in the pelvis and there's one in the heads. So there's the pelvis and the heads. Okay, so this is pelvis and this is heads. So because I'm working it out too, so I'm not. We want to see all this. So I think that we've got two here. We've got head, pelvis, head, and it's the butterfly. And these are the two ways through. So we've got the sphenoid bone. Look, it's there. It's down there. There. Sphenoid crest, the lesser wing, the greater. So this is really the sword in the stone. Is really, look, so I'm sorry, but I'm not going to give you anything technical because I'm not at all technical, but look, you can work it out. We can work it out just by looking. I mean, you've got the wings, the L's. That's why corridors in English are called wings as well. Corridors are called the wings. You've got the middle bit, that crest. And this is in the head, so it's exactly the same. We've got a Batman cave above and below, and the butterfly. Is this in the head? The sphenoid crest. So there's one in the top. So what's the question exactly?
It's let me see. What is the role of this bone, and how do we attune to it?
Well, it goes up, it opens and shuts. When you can fly, when you merge the right left brain, you fly. I've seen pictures of this before. It opens and shuts. You actually become when you are not just on automatic pilots, following other people's information and other people's, when you start looking for your own information and joining your own dots, that butterfly opens and shuts, as above, so below. I've seen it in images. It just brought back an image. I'd forgotten that, but this does move it's the butterfly in the brain, on the hemisphere. The brain hemisphere will open and shut. So I can't tell you more than that right now, I'm afraid, but you can go and look into it. Go and look, there's the bats. So you become the observer, you become you create whatever reality you want. That's why sickness and all these things don't really, you can create the reality that you want to have, but you have to find the balance. You've got to find the balance of how to live, but that takes time. That's why we fall into a flesh body, to remember, to re-put our body parts together. And then we're not in Batman cave anymore. We become it's the hippocampus above, and the V for victory, the sexual organs, and you run the show. You are the conductor of your tone, of your organs. Okay, I can't say more on that because I don't know more. Sorry.
Me neither.
I
The
think that's
temples,
pretty
you've
clear.
got the temples, the temporal surface. Look, you've got the two temples. It's really inside. And you get 360-degree vision like an owl. You can see the 12, you're aware of the 12 houses of the 12 seasons. And then we can come back to the 8 gates. But first you've got to observe the 4. And then we go back to this 5th wave symphony, 5th symphony. That's what William Tell, when you can put the arrow in the apple yourself, you hold the axis, you hold the axe like Thor, you thaw the ice, you're no longer frigid. You can move up and down. You're not a pawn on the chessboard. You're a butterfly. You can go up and down and left and right. Got to get through the 12th door.
There's a saying in golf sport that says become the field. And by that, it's about merging the patterns and the logic in the field. So it's merging the right and left hemisphere of the brain. And one can do it if one is out walking and bring one in a state of mind where there's no thought. And then just keep on walking, and all of a sudden it feels like going through a portal, and you're just walking inside another realm. It's amazing. I've done it several times. It's really cool.
Cool. And also,
and you it's just like you're merging with the surroundings. You are nature. I call it like walking through God's portal, whatever you can call it. But it's amazing. But one has to stop all kind of thoughts and just become. And I
think that's what I do. I think that's what's happened to me recently. You're not really allowed to have that unless you've always got to be conscious, whatever sign you are, you've got to be conscious of merging the opposite axis. So
it's told in the Bible.
You have to merge your Aquarius.
Yeah,
your Cancer, you've got to get more of your Capricorn going, and you've got to find your arms and your legs. You've got to find your solstice to find your middle place. I was far too much in the Pisces. I've had to balance with the VirgO, routine, discipline. And now I've lost time, space, and I'm rising Aries, so I've come to do what I want to do to balance. I overdid the giving to other people, Libra, but now I'm coming that rising Aries and doing what I want. And it's always the merging and balancing. And then you find it, you start to walk on the other side.
Exactly. So.
Okay, thank you.
It's said in the Bible, go into the closet, take no thoughts and close your eyes. Or it's meant to be like that, close your eyes and take no thoughts. And the church turned it into go into this stool in the churches, and then you'll leave a couple of dollars at the door when you leave. But it's not what it's meant to be. It's meant to be go inside yourself and shut up.
Yeah.
Be silent, and it will come all natural.
Like a child, I think only by returning to your state of childness.
Sure, play.
With the responsibility of your life. You've got to be responsible. You can't escape. That's what the 12th Pisces is all about. Pisces people want to escape. But now people are going to start wanting to escape, because it's like, how do we get out of this? We're stuck. They've got all the rules. They've clamped down. So people are going to try and cheat and escape, killing themselves, taking drugs, anything but face. This is it. You get up and you make yourself happy with nothing. It's the only way out. 12th door Pisces, everyone wants to escape. You can't escape.
It's all about attachment. Don't get attached to it.
And being happy with almost, the bare necessities, the bare necessities.
Exactly.
That is the law.
We come with empty pockets and we leave with empty pockets. So why chase that shit?
Yeah.
Okay, got another question from Fiona Kearns. Is this what Prince's Purple Rain was all about?
Yes, that
Yes.
that image that we saw of the exactly, and he changed his logo. And Madonna became Esther, and Esther is just her jumping to Pisces. I do sometimes think of that. I've forgotten how I remember what that was about, but yeah, something about when Madonna changed her name too. Yeah.
Okay. A low health. Oh, you still go?
No, can you see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. Yes.
Okay, because it's just that Mercury. See Freddie Mercury with the crown on. This is him. This is Mercury crowning himself with Mars. So you've got Jupiter, Mercury with Jupiter, Asia, and White. So you've got Pete and Paul merging Jupiter with Mercury and Venus and Mars. So Mars can be yellow Asia, Jupiter can be white Mars, Jupiter, and to become the Baphomet queen. There's the French, the red, white, and blue. Yeah, it's this direction. Yeah. So there's that, the two directions. If they take, oh, why is it going? It's blocked. Okay, it's blocked. I did pretty well not blocking. Oh, yeah, it's that direction there. You see, you've got the two directions. He's taken over the two sides, the female and the masculine axis. And this is the, yeah, this is the, let me show you this. We didn't. So this is the eye of the female. So this is not the throat. You see, it's exactly like the throat. And you've got the four corners. There was an M in there as well. Oh. There's the reproductive organs. So this is basically Mercury is going to be taking over with Mars. There again, you've got the tail of the whale in the roctum. So this is what they're doing. They're taking over the arse. That's what all the religion. There's the whale's tail. And the sword in the stone. I'm going to kill the vagina. It's the Baphomet, Mercury.
Scorpio.
Yes, yeah, ScorpiO is the sexual organs, but Mercury rules the reproductive organs. There's something.
Look a bit further up. It looks like a Scorpio.
Hang on. Well, ScorpiO is the sexual organs.
Right there.
It looks like the Scorpio, doesn't it? With but the egg. There's Venus is the egg. So there's, this is what I'm trying to work out with Mercury, Venus, and Mars. How Mercury is putting all this off. Well, Mercury is the middle pillar. So it's easy for him to come. So it's Mercury taking over Venus, but Venus rules the throat. So Lucifer rules the arse. So Lucifer is Venus in Libra, the kidneys, the bowels, the bowel. So this is how, you know, this is not the throat chakra. They've inverted throat with the sexual organs. This is the inversion.
Three holes that makes sounds. That's a fart, and when the child is born, and when we speak.
Those are the three sounds: speaking, farting,
Yeah.
and the child being born.
Yeah.
Those are the three sounds the human body can make. We can't make sounds from our ears.
It's difficult.
Right, yes, those are the three sounds. So the arse is Lucifer, Libra, because Libra is the kidneys, it's the waist, it's the wastel, it's the rein, the waist. So this is how they're doing it. The all-seeing eye is the vagina, not the throat. The throat is Taurus, the voice, where the spirit leaves again.
Using Mercury to close the reproduction and the voice.
But Mercury, you see, Mercury can get hold of the both, because Mercury does the intestines and Mercury does the voice, the lungs, the grapes, the Amy Winehouse. Mercury is the grapes. So that's why people who get asthma, that's Mercury, that's normally Gemini, Mercury in a Gemini person with a badly situated Mercury gets asthma, have breathing problems.
When you see a picture in the Bible where they are carrying around with some grapes on a pole, it's an allegory for the lungs.
Yes, well, that's why the Torah, you've got Bridget Jones sitting in the sitting with the Torah between, that's Mercury, that's La Marianne. That's how they put Mercury in the middle, but she's got the grapes all around her. In all the pictures, there's the grapes. If you look at the picture of the high priestess, she's surrounded with grapes, and you see the sign of Gemini. So it's Gemini taking over the bottom, the basic. So this is Gemini, Mercury, with Mars and Venus, which is exactly what we saw. This is that voice. That is that voice. Voice. Where is it? The voice here. There. This image here. That is Mars. This is it looks like Mercury, but it's Jupiter, Mars, and Venus taking over that passage. That's the sexual organs. It's not the voice through. The voice through is just Venus.
Must come through the heart.
Coming through the heart is ruled, the thought, the torso is Taurus. And you've got to get through the voice. You've got to have to tune in your voice. It has to be accorded to your heart. If your heart's not true, your voice is fake. But everyone's tuned in their hearts to society, and society is 100% fake.
Sure, you're not tuned into my arts, laws, and ideas.
You're not tuned into your own voice, your own way of thinking. That's all you have to do. The only way out of the cave is to be genuine and authentic.
Mm-hmm.
Any fakeness, any lying, any cheating, you can't, it doesn't work. And if you've got Saturn in Pisces, which my age group has, There's no way you can cheat. Well, you can't really cheat with Saturn in Pisces. If you don't get it right, you're never going to find. You've got it. The only way to have a voice is to get it right. Saturn,
Awesome.
he really, yeah.
Thanks a lot, darling, for the explanation. I still got a few 11 questions left, so
Oh my God.
yeah, oh my God, that's. I think we should work them through a bit faster, I think.
Yeah.
Let's go. Yeah.
Yeah, Allow Health and Beauty is asking, can you speak more to the Baphomet? I understood from Lafette it's Capricorn plus Aquarius, a good symbol for the age, showing the children the coming age. But it's a scary looking figure though.
It's do you want to explain that, Lars?
As I see it, it's Aries brought in with this Lucifer energy mixed with Capricorn. The Pan Man made and mixed with Aries, the ram. It's not the goat, it's the ram.
Yeah, it's not the goat, it's the ram. I know that Lavette has shown us the statue that they put up in America with the two children on each side. And Lavette's shown that as a true image of Saturn. But they're using it as Saturn as, as say 10, say 10, so you don't make it through into the Twin Peaks, 11, 12, say 10. I think if we need to look at a picture of the Baphomets, and you'll see it's exactly what we've just explained. It's not Saturn with Venus and Mercury. The true Baphomet, Pan.
I'm convinced that Lavette has explained it as the ram being brought in. It's not a goat, it's a ram.
She has another one. She has another video where she's showing us this statue. She's showing the children, which I see as Gemini and Virgo.
It's about there's no goat.
I think Lavette's got a few videos on it.
But I do get what Allow and Beauty is saying, because I also watched the video of that statue where she's telling us that they are putting the symbology out as being something bad, but Lavette told that the symbology of that statue is actually one of a good nature, so to speak. But they inverted it.
It's not. It's because it's Aries. It's the ram. It's Mars with Mercury. Normally, the middle pillar is Saturn, Venus, and Mercury. So this Baphomet here is not a goat. That's not a goat. That's a ram. That's a ram. And it's got you've got those wings again. That's naughty Mercury. That's naughty Mercury. He's got his Gemini fingers. That's Jupiter and Saturn. So that's the B. That's what's going on now. That's where there's black and yellow everywhere. Capricorn is taken over by Asia Jupiter. Here's that Baphomet. Here's the other Baphomet. So that's not a goat. That's a ram.
Okay.
That's a ram. Look at its feet. It's still got horse feet. It's Jupiter, still half horse, half man. It's the Senator. You got to have found your feet in Pisces, human feet again. That's not human. That's animal.
Right, so that's still being in the lower chakras, right?
That's the lower chakras. That's the ram. That's for those who stay in the Koahim, the hands of. Yeah, I've got them in my pictures, but hands images. I spell it wrong. I say it wrong. How do you spell those hands thing again? Okay, I've got the pictures here. Got the pictures here of those hands. Those hands. Ah, you know, those hands there they are. Yeah. So that's Mars and Jupiter. It's below the dome, below the diaphragm, the diaphragm. That's Mars. Mars and Jupiter, Martian, Martin. These are the Martians, aliens, the Aleph Tav aliens. This is, you got this, it's, the gate opens. We're going up, there's the M. So the M of the sexual goes over and you can get up and out the throat. Got to go through the passage. You let those doves go. They're staying. That's got hooves. That's Mercury, Mars, and Jupiter and Venus. That's not what we want.
I see the same.
So,
I see the same.
Yeah, that's not what we want. That is not what we want. It's all bad energy. There's nothing good in that energy.
Okay, I think that explains it really well. Thank you. Let me see. Susan KSO is asking, what does it mean to go through the 12th gate? House of Pisces. Just see through the bullshit? Question mark.
Yes, Pisces is all the scary films. It's every book that you read. It's
Illusions.
It's all that's illusions. It's all those words I read at the beginning. I read out all the words, the key words of Pisces. It's those famous 3 words. I'll show you exactly what Pisces is.
To come out of this mass psychosis we're in.
Here we go. Oh, it's this, right, deceive, invade, voila, this one. It's what I show. So it's deceive, persuade of what is false, mislead, use deceit, invade, entice, seduce into place, conduct, etc., into doing, obfuscate, darken, obscure, stupefy, bewilder. Pisces, no one can do this. Is Pisces that you've got the 2 sides. You've got somebody who's a complete saint, or you've got the mafia gangster themselves. You've got the real smiley fucker narcissists. It's outside a little Taurus in their essence, or the little Aries as the newborn baby, to even conceive how much deception. And we are leaving 2,200 years of this. This is what we've been in. Everything is fake. Everything. You got to go, but that's why I'm able to get through all that, because I've got so much Pisces. I got thrown into that 12th house with 3 signs. I've got Aquarius, Aries, and Pisces. All my planets in Aquarius, all my higher chakras in Aquarius, but all in the 12th house, all of it. And I've still not met somebody else with all that. So I know, and how, how we get thrown into the narcissistic games, and, it's projection, and it's complete illusion. Fear. I was born, I as a child, I couldn't breathe with fear. I wouldn't let anybody sleep. I was in fear, but I was seeing all the shadow people. I was completely psychic. And in my last narcissistic relationship, that fear came back up. until I bust through the wall. The wall was thanks to the death of Happy, realizing that my own mother was killing my animals. I don't hold anything against my mother, but I've taken her off the pedestal, and I get it. She sold an image of me to everybody as being, you know, mad, which was easy to do because I was completely in the fog because I'd been so mind controlled. As a very small child, 4 years old, I was reading, I was super clever, but then I got too clever, which is why my mum trauma controlled me.
Exactly, and that's also what's happening on a big scale right now with the coronavirus bullshit.
So I wasn't able to break through that wall, through all the narcissistic relationships, I went right into the nightclub world. I don't know many people who have been to who've walked, danced with the devil as I have, all in complete naivety, saved my life. If I was aware today of how many people have tried to kill me, that's why I say I'm like the guy in Peter Sellers, Being There. That's what the film Being There is about. It's about being completely unaware and swimming through the 12th house. Just like Lars was saying, you've got to be like Peter Sellers and Being There, but it doesn't work. If you want to get through the wall, you do actually have to become conscious of swimming in the deep blue sea, which is what I've been able to do thanks to astrology. Lavette was my last key to putting the story together, because I'd always known astrology, but I was surrounded with deceitful astrologers. It was Lavette's information that gave me my last Chiron's last.
Same here.
Yeah, that was the... Have you got Chiron in Pisces too, Lars?
I don't know.
I think you might.
Maybe.
Or maybe in Aquarius. I think you've got it in Aquarius. So wherever you've got Chiron, it's your key to getting it. It's what you've got to get through the most to get it. You've got to look where your Chiron is. North Node is where you most need to go, the axis, and Chiron will show you where you most need to heal.
Okay, thank you. Next question. Iridescent Prism is asking, are Rahu and Ketu bad?
No.
No.
Rahu and Ketu are the North Nodes. This is what I show everybody. I'll just show you what it is. It's the Milky Way. It's the Milky Way. They don't tell us that. All snake mythology is just this. You've got the solar path and the lunar path, and these are the north-south lunar nodes. And there's always an ascending and a descending one. So those are the 4 feet of the horses. And now these guys are merging. This is the umbrella that opens and shuts. This is the diaphragm that opens and shuts as we breathe. The sun and the moon, they go up and down. We're breathing. So when I did my video 5 years ago, the space between each breath, I couldn't work out what I was doing, but now I get it. The space between each breath is being able to stay stable between that breathing, which is the sun and the moon. But when you want to live, if you want to live above the dome, if you want to get to the other side, you've got to be a conscious breather. You've got to be the one. That's why my years of swimming, when I swam in competitions, I learned how to be a master of breath, like all these yogis, just through my swimming.
Yeah, right. And did you also, I don't know if you also noticed that when you breathe in or out, the thoughts are active, but the pause between the breaths, there are no thoughts.
Thoughts.
Yeah, thoughts.
Thoughts, yes.
Yeah, so when you're breathing in, your thoughts are going. When you're breathing out also, but every pause between the breath, when you don't breathe, there are also no thoughts.
Space between each breath, yeah.
Yes.
So that's the north-south node. We've all got them somewhere on our chart. It takes them 18 years to go around the wheel. They go around the wheel in the opposite direction. That's why this film
They retrograde.
here is so important, Midnight Express, when he walks against the flow. This Midnight Express, the way he gets out of the throat chakra, Midnight Express, the wheel. So in this scene, this represents the north-south node, because the north-south node go in the opposite direction to the planets. So until you find where your north-south node is, you won't be able to go towards the head of your snake. We're all born from past lives wherever the south node is, and we keep repeating like in ground dog hog, until we go against the flow. We go against the wolf, sorry, and we find our natural snake. So of course, it's not bad, north-south node, but you've got to be very brave to walk against the flow. Here comes Jupiter. There's Jupiter, but he's found his Saturn. He's found his wisdom. He's not going to listen to the seduction of Jupiter anymore. So he's telling him right, left, right, left. He doesn't want to go right, left anymore. He gets out the throat chakra. There we go. He walks out.
Getting out of the hive mind.
Yes.
Okay.
This is religion. That's Jupiter. That's the 12th house keeper. Peter and Paul. So it's not bad, but you need a reading. You need a reading because I explained to you all about North Node, and you have to go towards your North Nodes.
Okay, thank you. Let me see. We got another question from Kate. Could you explain why they are showing our children how to live together in harmony in animations like Raya and the Last Dragon, while they want to destroy the family unit?
Lars?
It's a tough one, isn't it?
Because it's all hypocritical.
Yeah.
It's all hypocritical. It's all about keeping you wanting to follow socially correct when there's only one way to do it, and that's all on your own. You've got to start finding community and doing it all on your own.
One must know oneself before one gets into merging with other peoples. Children as a whole are innocent, and when they play together, they normally treat each other good. But when grown-ups and traditions and doctrines mix into their games, it will get corrupted. So right now it's difficult, as Victoria is saying. The world is full of narcissists, and we are bringing up these curly children. Mom and dad putting their children on this pedestal. So I don't know.
Okay, thank you. Next question, Fiona Kearns. What's the jellyfish connection?
It's the diaphragm. It's just the diaphragm. The pictures that we were looking at, it's the diaphragm. And so it's the 12th house Pisces is the fish. It's the underworld. It's the iron. It's the beast of the Loch Ness monster. There's the Loch Ness monster. This is there it is. The Loch Ness monster is just the diaphragm that opens and shuts. It's just you've got a ladder into the diaphragm, and you've got a ladder out of the mouth as well. and you've got 4 legs below. You've got L1, 2, 3, 4. You've got the 4 L's of the same thing with the north, the North Star. Everything is always the same. The North Star is the 4 legs, the swastika, the north, south, west, east, there. Same thing. It's just the 4 legs.
Okay.
Right, left, in, out. It's everything is simplistic when you just kind of see everything in a simplistic way.
Okay, thank you. Scout Waters is asking, what date is D-Day and what events might we expect in the world on the 22nd of March? What are the possible rituals?
It's what's going on with Meghan and Harry. It's the bullseye. They're setting off. They want chaos. They want people fighting against each other. They want a big party. They want a ballroom dance. They want the baleine. They want the ball and the madeleine, the baleine, the they want the cherry on the cake. They want the cherry on the ice cream. They want the grand finale. They want the 5th symphony. They want lights, action. So they just want people to start getting angry. They're just going to wait to set off the ball. So the ball will be set off from 322.
Okay.
That's why they're creating this A and B team with this vaccine passport.
Oh, an A and B team, are they? Okay. Whoa. They want to separate the heart, so they get their VirgO, Pisces. VirgO, the heart, Venus is in detriment. Pisces, the Venus is in exaltation, but it's the red and blue. They want to separate us. They want exactly how we see in that film. The Virgos kill themselves and the Pisces go mad. They're giving us 2 solutions, catch 22. You can go kill yourself or you can go mad. Or you can find that state, that place that we're doing. That's why we're here. That's what we're doing. When you realize there's nothing to be afraid of, but you can't just sit still and wait. You have to do things, not wait. You have to start pushing that baby through, pushing that voice through.
Okay, thank you. Discerning what is true is asking, is it best to be alone or is it best to pair up with others who are like-minded living in communes?
Depends if you're all Pisces like I am, you're best on your own. If you're Gemini, then you're here to be part of your direct environment and your community. That's why knowing yourself, you can work all that out, what you're meant to do. Everyone plays in different roles. You've got just as in tribes, you've got the shaman, you've got the person who looks after the children, and we all have different roles.
Right, we should be in the flow of the energy we were born with. So
yes, exactly.
Okay.
But know thyself.
Fiona Kearns is asking, so we need to find and understand our cross and carry it? Well, yeah, that's
exactly
the same.
Yeah, that's exactly the same. Becky Davis is asking, does that include attachments to our pets? I don't really know to what relations that question was, but
any attachment will I won't say cripple, but it will make your heart bleed if you lose it, and that's it.
Right. Okay.
Well,
yeah.
No,
okay.
I think we should round up now.
Yeah, I got the final question, then we got them all.
Okay.
Fiona Kearns is asking, okay, so do I need to balance the opposite sign in my natal chart or on my first Saturn return? Which is where I'm at
Your
right now.
natal chart, Fiona. Your natal chart. So you've got all your planets out on. You need to bring in the Taurus. You need to bring in the Aries. You need to bring in the 3 signs opposite where you've got all your planets. Find the balance.
The traits.
And the houses. So you've got those last doors out. You want to find the opposite. 6th house, routine. 6th house, discipline, routine. And then you can properly use the 12th house, which is no routine, free, no stricture, it's finding the balance.
Okay. Well, I think that's it then. That was the last question.
Super.
So I want to
Bravo,
thank,
Jacob.
So
yeah, I
two
want
and
to thank you and Victoria and Lars for all your incredible information, and also everyone in the chat.
hopefully useful.
Yeah, I'm sure it is.
Cool.
Lars, thank you so much. Thank you, Jacob, so much. You're both so wonderful. Thank you for your Sunday night yet again.
Yeah.
And hopefully Pascal will come next time. And if not, we'll maybe prepare another guest, Lars?
Let's see how it works out.
Let's see what happens. And as always, please, Jacob, put your donation, your address, so people can donate to you.
Okay, yeah, will do. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks so much, everybody.
Yeah,
thank you
everyone
very
have a
much.
great night or
Yeah.
day,
Yes.
wherever you are.
Yeah.
Love.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love. Bye.